Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, and she gon' work that round. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone me blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it now, I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, and you know what's next stage. You been rockin' with it all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a five-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Oh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Oh, I tell her,
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted, and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely, yeah. Socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. About my chicken and its rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the rip and we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mafia, we got a great show for you tonight as Bitcoin decided to, at least as of right now, absolutely smash those bearish signals we were looking at on the chart yesterday. We'll get into that in just a minute. Obviously, as you guys know, when we see these bearish signals in a bull market, we have to take them with a little bit of a grain of salt. As even on the 4-hour, we typically don't see money flow come into the red. And when it does go into the red, it does not stick down there very often, for a very long time. Guys, I can't talk. But we're going to go over that. I want to talk about those bearish signs. Are some of them still potentially at play here? Or is Bitcoin just going to shoulder check these bears into some lockers like a high school bully? Shout out to the premium Discord. But yeah, we're going to talk about it today, guys, with a nice move from the value area low that we were looking at yesterday. Are we going to be able to break into all-time highs? We're going to talk about it. If we are going to be able to get that move to the upside right now, guys, we are getting a little bit of resistance at that key level we were looking at on the market update that I dropped a little bit earlier today. So that level of resistance is holding up, at least, for the moment being. Who knows? The way Bitcoin's been today, we might just rip right through it. So I want to cover everything with you guys. Talk about if we get above this level, where can we look for price to go? How am I going to be handling it on the side of the trades? Time to bully the bears. Shout out to Nordic. Let's go. Guys, no bullying in the Candle Mafia, but if you're going to bully anybody right now, don't bully the Candle Mafia, but bully the red candles. Just not the bears. Just bully the red candles, guys. But yeah, we got an amazing show for tonight. We're going to cover everything for you guys. So shout out to the Candle Mafia. Smash that like button, guys. If we get 1,000 likes on tonight's live stream, we will be giving away $100 in additional free Solana to some lucky Candle Mafia members. Fart coin is up. Shout out to Brody. But yeah, we're gonna be adding $100 in Solana to Friday's giveaways if we hit 1,000 likes on tonight's live stream. Did we hit it yesterday? Mods, did we get 1,000 likes on last night's live stream? I'm not sure. But speaking of the mods, guys, show the mods some love. We got Kembro in the chat. What is going on? Darren Does Things, Tyler Durden, Crypto Anon, Rob the Crypto Snob. You guys know who the mods are. Show them some love in the chat. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Shelly, says I keep cutting out. Is that true? Guys, drop some kind of emoji. Drop some kind of like an X emoji in the chat or something if my audio is cutting out. I saw a couple of people actually mention that. I don't know why that would be happening. Hopefully it's not a technical difficulty here. But yeah, just let me know if you guys can hear me. But with all that being said, guys, we got a lot to look at here on the charts. So let's go ahead and jump on into them. Let me just make sure. Let's see. We did hit it yesterday. Sean says we hit it. He said you're all good with audio. Fine for me. Okay, cool. Audio's fine. X-rated. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Tony D said audio is fine. Okay, so we should be good. Thank you, mods. I appreciate you guys so much for everything you do. But yeah, audio is good. Okay, beautiful. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into these charts and see if we can figure out what Bitcoin's gonna do next. Let's get into it. So here we are on the Bitcoin chart, guys. Let's see. Just sit still, Frankie. Shout out to Mark Dutch. I will not sit still, guys. I can't sit still. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to stand up. I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm falling asleep. I'm watching TV. I'm dead. I'm alive. I don't know. But here we are, guys. Bitcoin's pumping. We're having a good time here. Shout out to Mark Dutch. But anyway, let's see. Shout out to Gary. Said quit and come back if you're having audio problems. Yeah, maybe just refresh the stream or something like that. Mark said you move your head faster than the speed of light. ADHD USDT. Oh, ADHD USDT is federal. That is a felony. Shout out to Mark Dutch. But anyway, guys, let's jump in here. So as you guys know, yesterday we were looking at the charts, which is, we do that sometimes. We do that sometimes here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. But we were looking here, right? And we had our nice little volume profile here. And first off, what I want to do here, guys, I want to start off with those bearish signals that we were looking at yesterday because, technically we still do have some of the bearish signals on the higher time frames, but I want to talk about them a little bit. So before we jump into these local levels, I'm actually going to hide this. And I want to come up to those higher time frames because yesterday we were keeping our eye on this weekly red dot, which is still printing. It is not confirmed, though. We still have 4 days and 2 hours to confirm that red dot. So this is, still, as far as the bearish signals, still technically here. Now, as I've been saying, for the past few weeks, ever since we really got this last big move up and broke the all-time highs and went into price discovery, obviously, guys, in a bull market, I'm not really going to go too deep into this because we show it every day. When you come back to 2021 or any other bull market, if you look here, all the bearish signals on Market Cipher B, or just in general, like even if you're looking at like RSI bearish divergences or something like that, these are not going to play out like you would expect them to in a bear market. They're not going to play out in a bull market like you would expect them to play out in a bear market, right? So you have to take these bearish signals with a little bit of a grain of salt, but we have to take them in as legitimate information because just because we're in a bull market doesn't mean we can't see some kind of big correction. So we have to at least understand that these are on the chart, right? So this weekly red, and just to kind of point that out, right? Like weekly red, we did this yesterday, right? Weekly red dot, we started printing it. What happened? We kind of just like got a little slip to the downside, a really nice bullish wick. We wind up closing this bullish hammer candle, which is a continuation or reversal pattern to the upside. And price tried to get pushed down. The buyers come in and buy it all up, giving you that long wick on the bottom end of the candle. And then you just get another big rip to the upside. Even this weekly red dot, right? You got a little bit of a pullback, but that was only to get a hard bounce and rip back to the upside. So you kind of have to look at your bearish signals somewhat through that lens, right? You're in a bull market. The trend is your friend until the end. And generally, even if they don't give you a big move down, they will give you something, right? Which we did wind up seeing yesterday. And it is so funny, guys. It is so funny, how quickly the sentiment will change in crypto, right? Like yesterday, everybody was super scared. Oh my God, is the bear market over? And we even looked at some lower targets, which obviously are still going to be valid if we do get a bigger move down, even if we come up first and then get a big move down. All those levels are still valid. But everybody's super scared yesterday. That's what I say, when in doubt, guys, zoom out. We are still in a bull market here. When you get these little pullbacks, these little pullbacks are nothing that bad, right? Like I talked about this in the market update yesterday, and I even touched on it today in the market update earlier. If you've been in the market for more than 2 weeks, you've endured way worse pullbacks than what we're seeing here. It's just when you see these green candles, you get a little bit of downside, and it gets a little bit scary, especially if you just come into crypto like over here, right? And then it's just like basically you get in, and it's green candles every day. You're up a bunch of money every single time you wake up, and then you see your account goes red. Your portfolio shows a red P&L for the day, and you're like, what happened? I'm not instantly multiplying my money every single day. Every time I open my eyes, I'm not doubling my money. What the heck is happening? But obviously, guys, pullbacks are likely in a bull market, right? But Weekly red dot is still sitting there. Again, this is technically a bearish divergence, but again, with where we are in the cycle, guys, this is another thing, right? Like, this has a lot to do with why we're taking these bearish signals with a grain of salt, right? You have to understand where you are in the cycle, and typically right now, a lot of people asked me when if we come on over to the monthly, right? There was we started getting a monthly bearish divergence a while back, right? We had higher highs on our price action, right? If you want to consider this a divergence, and then you have your lower highs on your momentum waves, and I had a lot of questions about that and how I felt about it, and the answer is, when you have monthly bearish divergences, they can be super, super bearish, right? Like back here at the top of 2021, higher highs on your price action, and then you have lower highs on your momentum waves, and then you wind up getting the big drop into the bear market. But the reason I wasn't really looking at this, first off, you had an entire bear market play out between those two highs, right? And just with where we were in the cycle, it didn't make sense to have a monthly bear div bring us right back down into a bear market, when we were only broke the all-time high by like a couple dollars, right? And it's kind of the same thing here, right? Because we have the weekly bear div, which is technically printing here. But, with where we are in the cycle, I wouldn't necessarily expect that to bring us down to zero. But it is definitely something we want to keep our eye on, right? So just understand that is still sitting there. And if we do wind up confirming it, it will happen in 4 days and 2 hours. So we won't know until Sunday. But coming on down here, 6-day red dot confirmed. Not really a super bearish signal. And then we also had our daily bearish divergence here with our higher highs on our price action, lower highs on our momentum waves, which again is just similar to the weekly, not as powerful as a weekly bear div, but again, just another bearish puzzle piece. And then the one thing I really want to go over here is the 4-hour money flow crossover into the red, right? Because the last time we crossed over into the red on the 4-hour, guys, we actually looked for this to fake out, right? For the most part, you're seeing that money flow crossover. You're saying, hey, that could indicate that the trend is going to continue down, at least in the context of the 4-hour time frame. But in a bull market, right, we did this almost every single day. It's going to be like a new thing that we're going to do all the time, just to remind everybody. You come on over to the 4-hour. We compared it to this area of price action, right? Every time money flow comes into the red, you fake out into the red, right back into the green. You come back up, right? You get another fake out into the red. But what was that to do? Only to put in a higher low and then break structure to the upside once again. So, very common. You can see in the parabolic move of the bull market, guys, 4-hour money flow doesn't really come into the red very often. And when it does, it is more often a sign of the few and far between opportunities that we have to either buy the dip or look for nice long positions, etc. And what happened when we go back to our current price action? What happened on that money flow crossover? Very simply put, we have that crossover into the red, and what happens, right? We just put in a higher low and we break structure to the upside once again. I've been talking about this a lot. The reason for that is because we had money flow crossing over into the red again yesterday, and I'm not going to zoom in all the way, but we actually did cross into the red very slightly. And the question yesterday was is this going to be a fake out into the red for a likely continuation up? And we know that is going to be something that is at risk in a bull market, as we don't really see the money flow going to the red on the 4-hour, or for that matter, any time frame for very long in a bull market. And what happens? We come into the red slightly. I mean, maybe I will just show it really quick, because it's pretty hilarious. We barely came into the red here. Literally one little tick in that red, and then we came right back up into the green. And what happens, right? We come back up. Now, we haven't really broken any significant structure to the upside here, but, we did wind up getting that fake out, right? It looks like Bitcoin decided to hashtag bull market and step on those bears, at least for the time being here, right? We still have to remember the weekly red dot is there. On top of the fact that if you come on over to the 8-hour here, right, your 8-hour money flow is also in the red. This could, again, very easily fake out back into the green. Hashtag bull market. Remember that. But again, that is also just from a binary perspective, guys. I'm just here to bring you the information on the charts and obviously give you my opinion on it. But just giving the information, that money flow is in the red, which could potentially, give us a little bit more of a pullback. But as of right now, I am not trying to fade I'm not trying to be super greedy with any short positions that I take. And the reason for that is because now, of course, we have some mixed signals on the chart. And we covered this in the market update, guys. We have our 16-hour green dot, which, again, money flow coming out. But again, remember, hashtag bull market, money flow comes out into the red, right? Or money flow comes into the red on the 16-hour. Boom, right back into the green, starts to come down, back in the green, down, back in the green, down, back in the green, right, down, back in the green, and then finally you get the big crossover before you get the bigger correction, right? So we do have the green dot that is now confirmed on the 16-hour time frame, right, in all of its glory. We also have our 12-hour green dot printing, and these are nice, tight little trigger waves here, if I do say so myself, but on top of the 12 and 16-hour green dots, guys, what do we have, right? What do we have? We have the 45-minute money flow, which crossed over into the green, right? And then we also have the 1-hour money flow, which has also crossed over into the green, which could anticipate or could indicate, right, that we may be able to get, even if we get a pullback, a continuation to the upside, right? And I am playing this very level to level, guys. Like right now, we're going to talk about the higher targets in case we do break out, but this could make us potentially look for a continuation to the upside. And again, even with those bearish signals that are technically on the charts, you are going to lean a little bit heavier on the bullish signals, right? Bull market, right? You do not want to fit the bulls, especially when you look at this big drop to the downside, right? This I was trying to talk a bunch of people off the ledge yesterday and for the past couple days, ever since we got this drop down. A lot of people saw this as like extremely, extremely bearish, and it's really not the case in my opinion, right? Because we even looked at the actual order flow, saying that this liquidation wick was indeed, somewhat verifiably based off of people getting liquidated out of their positions, which technically could be looked at as a bullish sign, right? Like a lot of times in the bull markets, you will get the wash out of those leverage longs before getting other continuations to the upside. So we did not break market structure here. A lot of people think this was like a break of market structure, but at least the way I read the charts, right? Like this is a wick, right? This does not really count as a legitimate break of structure, right? So, or a change in market structure. So, still just holding those higher lows, right? So even when you get the fake outs on your money flow crossing over into the red, right? Price just wants to put in those higher lows and continue up. Liquidation wick, but we hold those higher lows and we continue up, right? So, could potentially see this continue. We're going to break that down. I'm going to talk about the key level that we want to break above. If you missed the market update, I will talk about that level and then potentially where we could see things go if we see that continue, right? So, so let's pull up the actual levels here real quick, right? So yesterday we were looking at this local volume profile, talking about, hey, this is our, everybody gets scared on the drops to the downside, but for the most part, right, we're just deviate below the low, back into the range, back to the high, back to the low, deviate below the range, back into the range, back to the high, deviation above the high, back to the low, obviously big liquidation wick. But for the most part, we're just ranging in between this value area, right? Looking for shorts at the highs, longs at the lows, and not FOMOing short at support here, guys, right? Now, we did actually have a long setup here in the premium Discord. I talked about this the other day. I don't set limit orders, right? So this actually just wicked down so fast into our actual zone that I was unable to catch my actual long position, right? So I did not take that trade. I am in a long position, but not as good as the entry that we had in the Discord. And I'll talk about why I don't use limit orders in a second, because it saved us from saved me from taking a bad trade earlier today, because there were no confirmations, right? Basically, the reason I don't use limit orders, guys, is because if I'm not at the chart and I have a limit order sitting down here, right, and price comes and hits my limit order and I get into the long, and we don't get any bullish confirmations and price is just going to nuke down, it's a really easy way if you're not on the charts 24/7, which sometimes I am, right? I do use limit orders if I'm in a situation where I can, right? But if I'm just like, if I don't know if I'm going to be at the computer, I will not set them, right? Because if I don't get the confirmations, typically I sit out on the trade, right? I don't want to take it if I don't get those entry confirmations. So in that case, you would get into a limit order, no confirmations. You're just going to wind up getting stopped out of that trade, right? So I really like to only enter when I see confirmations. However, sometimes you miss positions, right? So for that reason, I did not take the long down here. So I did take another long up here on the retest of this value area high. I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is our volume profile, guys. Key level of support, value area low. If we lost that, we were looking down to this golden pocket 786/anchored VWAP. We didn't have to go down there. We just wound up getting the bounce here. And then we got up to the POC, up to the value area high. And as you guys know, yesterday, this was the first key level of resistance I was going to be looking at for shorts. And in the premium Discord, we simply woke up, saw price coming into our zone. We got literally no confirmations. So we simply sit on our hands. We do not take the short position. And what happens? You get the move to the upside. You wind up thanking God you didn't take that short position, even though technically if I took the short position, I would just stop out for a small loss. It wouldn't really be the end of the world. But hey, shout out to the win rate, right? So we did not take the trade there. We get the breakout, and really what I wanted to see was a push up into this 786 Fibonacci retracement. And in the market update earlier today, I don't remember exactly where we were. We were probably approaching these highs. And we did get a little rejection here, but I was really hoping for a push into this 786 as this, once we break above that golden pocket, guys, if you don't, get stuck back underneath that and you flip that to support, which we did, and this is basically where I took my long position in anticipation of coming up to that 786. And we did, right? We flipped that level to support, and we expect once you break above that golden pocket, the next likely place for price to go is going to be that 786 Fibonacci retracement, right? And altogether, this is the zone where you would anticipate a lower high or a big rejection to come down and continue a downtrend. However, this is a little bit of a specific situation just because this fib is pulled. I don't really love pulling my fibs from these giant liquidation wicks, but this is pulled from the absolute high to the absolute low here. And then we got a retracement. We broke through the golden pocket. We tapped the 786. We came back down. We tapped the 786 again, got another retracement. So that did kind of change. It kind of changes. This is a little bit of a weird Fibonacci retracement, but still definitely an important level to get above, right? And it's not just the 786 retracement. It is also the fact that we have this daily level of resistance. Well, now it's turning into support, but this is a zone, right? We had our 786 and our daily level. We sat out of the trade here with no confirmation. We get the flip of support. I take the long. We come into the 786. Now, this is the next area that we were going to be looking at for short positions. And, this makes it a zone, right? So this is sitting between 101,578 and 101,289, right? So in my opinion, guys, if we could flip this whole zone, right? Like obviously, daily level is going to be really important. The 786, kind of all together. This whole zone is important. If we can get up here and flip this zone to support, guys, this could potentially give us a bit of a bigger rip to the upside. And at that point, right? And this is what I talked about in the market update. This zone, 101,578 to 101,289 is that key level that I will be looking at to hopefully, if we can flip it to support, see that bigger move to the upside. And if we do get that, there's not much resistance ahead of us, right? Really, all we have left is, do I still have this upper range? I think I do. All we have left, right? Because as of right now, if we pull up this older range that we have from back here, last time we broke 100K, right? We consolidated up here. We have this volume profile. That 786 is in confluence with that volume profile. And we kind of have a doorway to higher prices situation here, right? We had some kind of balance in here. We impulse out of this range. And now we're getting attracted. Although we do have the 786, which is another reason why we would look for price to go up there. But you're approaching that value area low of the range, right? What does that mean? Well, hey, if we could get above this zone, right, flip that 786, that would somewhat invalidate the lower high situation, even though, technically we are kind of making a somewhat of a higher high, kind of, I guess. But if you can get above this level, not only is it are you flipping the 786 to support and the daily to support, but you could be getting accepted into your upper value area, which would call for a move into the POC, which we already kind of tapped. Once you flip that POC, you're looking back up to about 103,000, about 103,420. Break out of there. All-time highs. Going to approach those all-time highs once again. And I do want to talk about some higher prices, guys. If we're able to break above this all-time high, what is that next stop going to be? I'm going to talk about it, right? Because there's Fibonacci extensions above us. Not that part of the stream yet. I just leaked the number. I'm just kidding. But if we get above here, this is going to be the zone to flip for sure, right? And again, this is maybe I'll even drag this down slightly. Between about 101,578 and 101,276, right? We get above that, look to come to the POC, flip that POC, look to come to the high. And then at that point, sure, you could potentially look for scalp shorts at the value area high. Remember, we're not going to be, longing as we break out here. It's not typically how I trade. If I do long a value area high, it has to be kind of the situation that happened here, right? Where you get the breakout and then a retest with confirmation to take that long, right? But we just treat this as a typical range here, right? Looking for shorts on the deviation above the high, potential longs at the low. But for the most part, this is your doorway to higher prices, in my opinion. We get above this. I'm looking up to about 102,104. Flip that. Could be looking up to 103,420. We'll call it 103,420 for the meme, right? Break out of there. If we continue up, go look to take that all-time high. And then if we're able to break out into that all-time high, guys, those next targets that I will be talking about, which, by the way, another reason why we may be able to see a pop to the upside here, right? A continuation for #bull market to just take over. Green dot on the daily. This is going to be a big thing I'm looking at. Green dot to print on the daily with not a perfect setup here, but that 90-minute money flow crossover into the green happened not too long ago, right? Basically on the retest of that value area high. We got the money flow crossover into the green on the 90-minute. If we get that green dot on the daily, that could give us the continuation to the upside. Now, low time frame noise, sure. We can get some low time frame noise, but this is pretty much what I'm going to be looking at, right? Now, there is a level, right? If we get a rejection, right? If we do wind up getting a little rejection from this resistance, right? Because remember, value area low / doorways to higher prices are always going to be resistance until proven otherwise, right? We talk about this all the time. I won't go back and show it on Bitcoin, but on the altcoins, I'll bring it up again, I promise. But, this is going to be resistance, right? We come up, tap our head, come up, we might tap our head again. And then, again, that's your doorway to higher prices, the value area low of the previous range. However, if we get a bigger drop to the downside for whatever reason, guys, this zone is now going to be key support, right? Not only because it would just be support being the fact that it is the value area high of the previous range, but let me pull up that daily naked point of control that we have in there as well. We talked about this in the market update and yesterday on the live stream. This could be a big level, right? Because if we do wind up getting a bigger drop down, value area high would be support. But if you start breaking below that value area high, and more importantly, the daily naked point of control, which is sitting at 99,253, we get stuck under that daily naked point of control. That is probably where I'm going to be looking for a bigger drop to the downside, right? And that would be the more bearish situation playing out, right? That's where we see the weekly red dot is going to kind of show its ugly face and bring us down, right? Maybe the 8-hour money flow, we get the red dot on the 8-hour money flow comes back into the red, right? Or deeper into the red, I should say, right? This rolls over, money flow comes back into the red. That would be the more bearish situation. And this is definitely going to be the key level. And in my opinion, I would call that the doorway to lower prices at 99,253, right? We lose that. I'd probably be looking for the bigger drop down to the POC. This is now tapped. I can get rid of this. Lose that daily naked point of control, come down to the POC at 98,173, lose that, look for the bigger move down to the value area low, in which case I will just be trading this as a range, as we typically do, shorts at the highs, longs at the lows. Shout out to the volume profiles, right? Absolutely insane. But kind of stings now that I not that I'm going to change my plan at all, but it is, once in a while when you don't use limit orders, sometimes you miss out on some nice opportunities, right? But it's totally fine because, again, you can catch the next move. I'm not tripping because I missed my entry here, right? I just got a new entry over here. It's not a big deal, right? As a short-term trader, guys, you don't have to catch the tippy bottom of the move, right? Because then even if you caught the move here, you could have been like, oh, well, dang, I could have caught the entry down here. And then at that point, you could be like, man, I could have caught the entry down here or down here or down here, right? So you don't want to start playing that game, at least with your short-term leverage trades, in my opinion. Obviously, you want to get nice entries, but, price doesn't really matter, in my opinion, right? Like when it comes to short-term trading, you could take the scale, you could take the price scale off of the chart, right? Or round whole numbers do have somewhat of a significance to me, right? Like a nice $100,000 level is going to be a big psychological level of support or resistance. But for the most part, right, like we just need the candlesticks and the analysis, right? Like the price is kind of arbitrary. Like it doesn't matter what these numbers say. I'm just looking at the price action, and all we need it to do is move, right? We don't need it to go up. It could go down, right? We can make money either way. All we need is the volatility to make that money, right? So don't trip if you ever miss a move, guys. Don't trip, right? Like I didn't trip here. All I did was wait patiently for another potential long entry. I got it. I took it, right? So there you go, right? These local levels remain exactly the same. The ones to the downside remain exactly the same. To the upside, your new doorway to higher prices, sitting in that same zone, 101,578 to 101,276. Flip that. Look for fill this range potentially. Once you break out of there, we'll reassess the situation. If we can get the breakout, I will be looking, I would say, between about $107,000 to $108,000, right? We do have some Fibonacci extension levels up here. And what I do want to do here, guys, I do want to check. Yeah. So you can see we do have some spider lines here as well. We have a nice spider line pocket sitting between 105. And again, like depending on how quickly, if we do get up here, depending on how fast it happens, we do have this pocket of spider lines. I'd probably, sitting between 105,000. It's weird. I'm not used to saying six-figure numbers as price, guys. It's like tripping me up. It's tongue-tying me. $105,388. Flip that to support. We have another spider line up here at around 106,461. Flip that. I'd be looking up towards this extension level at about $108,000. So this could potentially be where we are heading next if we wind up breaking this all-time high. And those are going to be the next targets, in my own personal opinion, right? And it is crazy. These spider lines really do wind up like, it's really, shout out to Crypto Face, man. It really is crazy. Like you come up, you tap this spider line, sweep, you come to the downside. It really is insane how accurate and reliable these spider lines can be. So that's what I'm looking at here, guys, on Bitcoin, dodging the bearish signals by the skin of its teeth. And I don't want to say it's over just yet. You don't want to get ahead of yourself here, but we could potentially be seeing the signs with this fresh 90-minute money flow crossover, daily green dot, 12-hour green dot printing, 45-minute money flow, and 1-hour money flow crossovers into the green. Could see this trend continue to the upside. And again, shout out to the spider lines. Like, look at this. It's insane. But that's what we're looking at, right? Let's see if we can break into this volume profile. Maybe we'll get it right now. Maybe we'll break in here and come up through this range during the live stream, which would be absolutely fire. But that's what I'm looking at here, guys. Things look pretty good. And Rate cuts also coming down the pipes here, right? We see those rate cuts come in, typically very, very, very good for the market. So we do have a few different things that could be kind of in our favor right now as far as price action to the upside. How do I get spider lines on my chart? Shout out to Shortsmaster. Hey, Shortsmaster. Hey, bro. Drop us some levels in the chat, bro. Drop us some levels in the chat. We are always looking for shorts. Yes, we look for shorts in a bull market, guys. You can short in a bull market. If you think that you can't short in a bull market, you are simply looking at it the wrong way, right? If we look for shorts, we are not necessarily looking to like short here and look for it to go to zero, right? They're not long-term trades, but you could easily get short-term scalps to the downside, right? You catch a short from the value area high, you get a nice little 5% move down to your value area low. That is plenty of a move to grab a bit of money here for a little scalp trade, right, or a little day trade, right? This is basically my earned income, right? This is my job, and then I guess the YouTube channel is kind of like my passion, right? I guess trading's my passion too, but like this is my earned income, right? This is what we do. We grab the money on the moves down, money on the moves up, all the little ebbs and flows, the little scalps, the little day trades, and then for the most part, I will roll that profit into long-term spot holds, right? And that's where I'm holding for a much longer period of time. But in general, right, you're going to want to favor longs in a bull market. That totally makes sense. It's definitely, you have a better chance of like having your winners run in a bull market if you're looking for longs than shorts. But as I always say, in a bear market, you could take shorts. You just have to be more conservative with the shorts and a bit more greedy with the longs. So there you go. Let's see. Shout out to French Toaster said, Shorts Master, Frankie has a video showing you. Oh, yeah. So if you want to draw the spider lines, I do have a video on the channel. It's got like spider webs on the thumbnail. I think it's called How to Draw Spider Lines. Actually, shout out to Tony D. If the spider line tutorials are not on the beginner series, I think they may already be. If they're not in the beginner series, let's drop that into the beginner series playlist so people just kind of see that right when they come in. So yeah. All right, let's see. Shout out to I don't know. I can't see that whole name. Nvix. Shout out to you, bro. I don't know if I said that right or even read it right. But shout out to you, man. He says, I think the 15th is when it'll go up. Shout out to you, bro. Let us know why. Drop it in the chat. Yeah, let us know. Let's see. Shout out to Dar. Said I sold mostly everything out of fear of a big dip a couple days ago. Kept BTC and ETH. What can I do moving forward, or am I getting left behind now? Shout out to Dar. Listen, it's a difficult situation, right? And I think the only way to really get around this kind of stuff is to have a plan, right? Have a plan before you even invest your money, right? So for example, right, like I don't know when you got into the market. I don't know how much you're investing in, or how much you're investing with, right? So like everyone's in a different situation, right? But the answer to that question would be much different if you sold your bags that you've been holding from down here, if you sold your bags that you were holding from here, and it would definitely change the situation if you sold your bags that you bought up here, right? Because at that point, right, if you buy at the top, and again, I don't know if you did or not, but if you buy here at the top, right, and then you sell in fear of a big dump, right? It's very difficult, right? Because like when people come in a bull market and they buy up here, you're in a very difficult situation, right? Because every time you buy on a big pump, you're at a high risk of at least some kind of a pullback, right? But most people that are new to crypto don't know that, right? They don't understand that. Especially if you buy like right here, and then it goes up. You're like, oh, my God, I'm a genius. I made a ton of money. And then you start to get pullbacks. You're like, oh, wait, hang on. Maybe I'm not a genius. Oh, no, wait, I am a genius. Oh, wait, maybe I'm not. I don't know. It's a very stressful thing. It's very difficult. This is why trading specifically has a very, very low success rate with people, right? Because it's a very difficult thing because you have to fight your emotions, right? So the question is, why did you sell, right? Did you sell because you hit a max loss? Right? Did you lose an amount of money that you were like, I'm stopping myself out. I'm not willing to lose this much. Or did you sell because you might have, gotten scared, right? Like, were you panicking? Were you scared? You do not want to trade based off your emotion, right? Like up here, I'm in a little bit of a different situation because my entries are from down here in the bear market. So like these dips don't really do anything to me, right? Like even this big dump back here on the 5th of August, like this didn't do anything to me because I had a way lower entry point. So it really depends on a lot of different things, whether, where you got in and what your plan is, right? So it's really hard to say, right? Because like technically, you could buy right now and it could rip up to 150K, right? Like at the end of the day, no one really knows. We could use to the best of our ability, we can use our analysis. We could look at the charts, and the charts are going to be right more often than they're wrong, but they're never going to be 100%, right? So there is a chance that if you buy here, right, or you buy the top of this green candle, that we can heat off to higher prices. I don't buy the top of green candles, right? But if you wait to buy, there is a chance that you're going to get a pullback. And this is why I always say, if you are in this situation, if you're new to crypto, first off, welcome to the CandleMafia. You're in the best community that you could possibly be in. If you're new to crypto and you're in that situation, take that as a lesson learned for the next cycle, right? Because when you come in late to the market, right, we've already had, and again, this is an example. I don't know, Dar, I don't know if this is the exact situation you're in. I'm just using this as an example. But if you get in up here, right, like you put yourself in a pretty bad situation, right? Because it's like, are you buying the top? You might be, right? Are you, but when you're buying down on the way down, right, you want to buy when everyone is scared. When all the exchanges are collapsing and the regulation is coming in and everyone says crypto's dead, that's when you want to buy, right? And you dollar cost average in. You buy a little here. Oh, it dropped down. That's okay. I'll buy a little bit down here. Oh, now I'm buying a top technically, right? But no, you get another drop down and you continue to buy, and you can even buy on the way up a little bit as well. But it gives you a good average entry point. But this is much harder to do after you've already gotten a massive move up on Bitcoin, right? Even if Bitcoin goes to 200K, say, right? Which I do think is possible, right? It's 100% gain, right? It's not that big of a gain. So it's either like, if you want to get 100% on your money, you kind of have to, you're risking it, right? Because if you buy here, you might have to endure some drawdown, right? But if you wait for a pullback, you might not get the pullback, right? So you're just in a really sticky situation. And I've been in that situation before, and I'm just so happy that this cycle, I'm not in that situation, right? Like, it wasn't always like this for me. There were many times where, like, I'd buy something, right, back in the day, and I'd be like, oh, my God, man, I'm just, like, stuck in a bad situation. And in this cycle, we were like, not going to happen. We are going to have conviction in our analysis. We're going to have conviction in the 4-year cycle, and we're going to buy low, right? That way, these drops don't hurt us. These drops, we don't even bat an eye at this, right? This doesn't even feel bearish to us. It's a tiny little pullback when your entries are much lower. So I can't really tell you whether you should buy now or wait because we don't know what's going to happen. It's a sticky situation, but hopefully you take that as a lesson and learn from this lesson. Don't get discouraged. Don't feel bad about it. Everybody does this. Literally 90% of people lose their money anyway, right? So you're not like you're not bad at this, or it's just typical, especially if you're new. Don't feel bad about it. Shout out to Local 11. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, shout out to Mike Dutch. Yo, Mike Dutch. Shout out to Mike Dutch, bro. Unbelievable. Guys, shout out to Mike Dutch. Mike Dutch is literally like a new sponsor of the channel. Shout out to Mike Dutch. Check him out. Link in the description down below. Shout out to Mike. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, dude. Mike's been showing so much love, bro. Thank you. And shout out to all the new Mafia members that we just got. Drop a big thank you to Mike. Drop that Bruce Buffer emoji in the chat if you just got a membership from Mike. Thank you so much, bro. And Local 11, thank you so much for the super chat. Said, listen to the boss. Don't YOLO the doorway to higher prices. Yeah, because it's always going to be resistance until proven otherwise. But hopefully you can just take that as a lesson going into the new cycle, right? And then over time, sometimes you might have to make that mistake a few times in a row, right? Like me, especially with trading, it's kind of that same mentality, but you have a lot more time to make those mistakes, right? If you're trading like a shorter time frame, like the 1 hour, we're buying low and selling high constantly all day long, right? So even in a short-term trade, right? Like, it's hard to buy the dip when price is coming down and everything feels bearish. But this is why, in my opinion, learning how to read the charts is like the best way to start removing emotion from your trading. Because if you're just getting your information based off like news, right? Or you're just like watching a show, like getting news from people, or listening to what your friends are saying, or reading the comments, this is all filled with a ton of emotion. And to be quite honest with you, more often than not, when the news comes out, it's already too late anyway, right? So this is why I always say reading the charts is like one of the best things you can do to remove the emotion. And it's very hard, right? This was actually a long that we took in the premium Discord, I believe. Let me see here. I think, yeah, this is definitely a setup that we had in the premium Discord. Yeah, down here, like literally drawing what we want to see price do, and then we look to take that trade. But it's very hard to take this if you don't know what's happening, right? If you don't know you're coming into a key level of resistance, if you don't know what confirmations to look for, it gets really hard to pull that trigger. But oftentimes the hard trade, whether it's a short-term trade or a long-term spot buy, Typically, the best trades are the hard ones, right? When you sell the top, anytime I've sold a top almost perfectly, I feel like an idiot. I'm like, oh my God, I probably just sold this. It's probably going to go up so much more. And it feels icky. And then you don't really feel that enjoyment until after it pulls back and you're like, oh, look at that. I sold near the top, right? And when you buy the bottom, right, buying Bitcoin down here did not feel good, right? Well, I'll be honest. Dollar cost averaging really takes the pain away, right? Because you bought a little here, we drop more, right? And you just kind of accumulate over time. But if you're just putting bags in, which I honestly don't recommend, it gets very hard, right? Like if you're just trying to dump your money in, you're going to be like, oh my God, exchanges are going down, regulation is coming in, nothing but bearish news on, whatever you're looking at for your crypto news, nothing but bearish stories. And you're like, did I just buy an asset that's going to zero? It feels like it's all going to light on fire and disappear forever. And you feel like an idiot, right? You feel like, oh my God, it's the worst decision ever until time passes. You have to have patience in this game. It's like one of the most important things. So hopefully that helps you out. That was a little long-winded, but I really, really hope that helps you out, bro. I wish I could tell you whether you should buy or not here, but I can't tell you that, right? Because no one knows what's going to happen. And if anyone's telling you, that they know for sure what's going to happen, they're just lying to you. It's the fact of the matter. Hopefully no one is saying that. But let's see. Shout out to Recommended. Said, see you later, Bitcoin. Nice knowing you. Send it to zero, baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on. Jesse said smash that like button or get liquidated. Shout out to Jesse. But yeah, let's see. It's turbo time. Shout out to Crypto Nate A. Shout out to Crypto Nate B as well. But yeah, it's turbo time. We'll take a look at turbo today, guys. If you want to see your favorite altcoins, drop them in the chat. We will keep an eye here on Bitcoin as we are obviously approaching those key levels, right? We don't want to sleep on Bitcoin here, so we'll keep an eye on this, right? This level will be resistance until proven otherwise, but once we can flip it, we could potentially get more upside. If we get a big dump, we'll see what happens. We got key support down here, and we'll assess this as time goes on and as price action develops here. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, so drop those altcoins in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what we're looking at. I will start off with Ethereum, which, as you guys know, we were looking at. Yeah, I think we already saw this yesterday on the stream, right? What is this? Yesterday was the 10th at 1 p.m. Yeah, so we already saw the bounce down to the POC. Our key levels of, let's see. Shout out to CT. Shout out to CT. Crypto Twitter. Shout out to CT says, Jasmine Coin, thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. We will try to take a look at Jasmine. But just a public service announcement, guys. Please, for the love of God, send super chats, but do not request altcoins on super chats. We are just inevitably not going to be able to get to all of them. So please don't spend your money on super chats to request altcoins. You could just drop them in the chat for free. You do not have to pay to request your altcoin. So yeah, we're trying to navigate that in the bull market. We realize that's we get so many super chats for coins, and we can only look at so many. So I just don't want people losing their money or wasting their money. But yeah, we will try to take a look at Jasmine. All right, let's see. Take the donation. Shout out to CT. I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, no, we will try to take a look at Jasmine. It's really hard to manage that. But yeah, we will. I actually haven't taken a look at Jasmine in a while, so I wouldn't mind looking at it. But yeah, let's see. For Ethereum, right? We were ping-ponging around between these two volume profiles to give you guys a little bit more of a macro kind of outlook of what we have going on here. Lower volume. I mean, I don't want to cover it again, guys, but area of balance up here, area of balance down here. We break out. We get back into that old volume profile. This was our doorway to higher prices. Hint, hint. Same thing we're seeing here. Doorway to higher prices. Break above, flip it to support, look for the fill of the range. Same thing that happened on Ethereum. We break out of that lower value. Price is always seeking fair value. When you break out, you look for price to come into your old range, flip it to support, go to the POC. Once you flip the POC, you're going to be looking to go up to your value area high, right? Once you break out of here, we're simply going to be looking at the next value area above, which sits right here within this purple box. We have the value area low right here at 39.42, doorway to higher prices. Also, resistance until proven otherwise. We come up, we hit our head, we get a pullback, retest that POC, and now we are back in between these two volume profiles. So the hope here, right, if we're not going to just come in, put a lower high in, and absolutely nuke to the floor, we're hoping that we could potentially get a pull into our upper value area. And because we have our POC, but let me label this real quick. Because we have our POC, where is it? Boom. And our value area low so close to each other, this kind of makes it a full zone, right? So you can see we got above our value area low here, right? But we rejected the POC, right? So for the most part, we really want to get above this value area low and really get above the POC. And at that point, you'll be above that whole zone of resistance as well as above this spider line. And then once you flip that spider line to support, it would technically open up the door to see a $4,500 Ethereum. Can we see it sometime soon here? I think we can, especially if we can dodge these bearish signals on Bitcoin. Not necessarily, Bitcoin could technically pull back and we could still see some of that money roll into altcoins, and Ethereum could run. Ethereum might steal the show in that point. But if we could dodge some of these bearish signals, which on Ethereum are still pretty similar to what we're seeing on Bitcoin, right? Weekly red dot, not printing just yet, but it is looking to potentially print here. Red dot on your 4-day, red dot on your 5-day. They are still, the bear signs are here as well, but we could easily dodge these bullets in a bull market, guys, especially with the way money flow looks. 4-day money flow, looking at crossing over into the green currently. This would make us anticipate that the trend, money flow indicates the longer-term trend, not the little ups and downs, right? It indicates the overall trend. So when we see this money flow cross over into the green, despite the red dots would really just make me expect retracements to the downside to put in higher lows, and then continue breaking structure to the upside. Because this would indicate, if this comes into the green, that the trend is going to be high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? I don't know if we're going to bounce, do this exact move here, but that's what you would anticipate in the long term. So money flow still looks pretty good on Ethereum. And if you come on over to something like Bitcoin on the 4-day, what happened when Bitcoin got its 4-day money flow crossover? Back here, right? Massive move. And Ethereum never came to take out its all-time high. Massive move on Bitcoin on the 4-day money flow crossover, and we are just starting to see that on Ethereum, right? Obviously, we had it back here. On Ethereum, we did get somewhat of a big move up, but it kind of got muted compared to what Bitcoin did. So remember, Bitcoin's the first mover, and then Ethereum sneaks in right behind it and starts stealing the show a little bit. The altcoins start to fly, and this money flow crossover may be big if we can get it to confirm and continue up in a bigger green wave. So I would definitely be watching this 4-day money flow crossover. This is bullish in the long term, even if we get another pullback, right? See that money flow stay in the green. So we'll see what happens. Doorways to higher prices. Again, key levels. I'll give you guys the actual numbers here. 39.36 is your value area low. And then really you want to get above $4,083, which is your POC. That will open the door to $4,500. We'll see what happens if we come back down. Very simply put, value area high spider line right here is your key level to the downside at about 36.54. We lose that. Looking back down to the POC, lose the POC, come back down to the spider line at 33.55, lose that. We can get the much bigger move down to the value area low. But that's what I'd be looking for. And I probably would be leaning towards a move to the upside here, especially if we get that green dot on the daily. Let's go ahead and jump on down to that 90-minute and check money flow. Woo-hoo, baby. I don't know. Maybe we get some turbulence here, guys, but I will say, if we get that daily green dot to start printing soon, and we get that 90-minute money flow crossover at the same time, that 90-minute money flow crossover into the green might be the thing to start the bigger move up for Ethereum. Maybe. All right, so there we go. That's what I'll be looking at on Ethereum. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Said, Rob's not here. Here, I have the alt list. We'll send the chat next. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. Let's see. Can you pull a Fibonacci retracement on any time frame? Yes, absolutely you can. Shout out to Catherine. Yeah, you can pull it on a 1 minute, a 2 minute, a 5 minute, a 10 minute, a daily, a weekly, a monthly, a yearly. Be hard to look at what does the yearly chart look like? 12-month chart on Ethereum. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could technically pull it on these. You have, you do have swings. But yeah, you could pull it on any time frame. Absolutely. Now, obviously, a 5-minute golden pocket's not going to be as strong as like a 2-day golden pocket. But yeah, absolutely, you can use that tool on any time frame. All right, shout out to Chemistry Bro. Thank you, brother. Thank you for this. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to Tony D. I already pinned it. Tony D ahead of the game here. Yo, shout out to Dominic said, watching your stream is making me want to get a new desk and 4 screens out for trading view and smash out these shorts and longs. Hey, shout out to Dominic, bro. Listen, it takes a long time. It takes a bit of time to learn the actual skill, but it is definitely attainable. You just got to you have to put the work in, right? It does take a lot of work to master this skill. Even if, you start getting good at the analysis, that is step one. And that is only step one, right? The best analyst in the world does not necessarily equate to the best trader, right? Like, I could be right about flipping this, value area low to support and going to the POC next and going to the value area high, and that will play out more often than not, right, based off the TA. However, putting money on the line, being confident enough in your analysis to put a significant amount of money on the line where you're actually making some money here, not like $6 or whatever it is. Not that there's anything wrong with that, especially in the beginning of your journey, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of guts to put your money where your mouth is, trust in the TA, and then over everything, it takes even more hard work. And I cannot explain to you how important this part of trading is. It's not just the most important part of trading. It is what makes you profitable. It's not being the best analyst. It's not having the best setups. I could have a 100% hit rate on my calls, right, in my Discord, and I could put those calls, right, those setups in the Discord. That does not mean that everyone's just going to get into that trade and make a bunch of money, right? Because they have to have the emotional discipline to, number one, take the trade. They have to have the discipline to set their stop loss and use an actual risk management strategy, not just gamble on price hopefully going their way, right? And then you need to take profit when you're in the green, and you need to protect yourself after you're in the green by moving your stop loss, right? And this all is, it sounds easy, but it is definitely much more difficult in practice. But if you can get through that and you have the perseverance and the ambition to like hammer through all the mistakes that you're inevitably going to make, and you continue hammering at this skill, and you're willing to put in a lot of time and not hunt for something that's going to make you rich overnight or rich quick, right? If it was made you rich quick, it'd be too good to be true, right? So yeah, you can do it. You can do it, bro. If I could do it, the only reason I say that is because if I can do it, you can do it. So shout out to you, man. Hey, get some screens. You don't need screens. You could trade on your phone if you really wanted to. I hate trading on my phone, but you could. People always ask me, what's the best computer? Can I trade on this laptop? And I'm like, yeah, like TradingView's a website, right? Like you just get, like the exchanges are a website. If you could trade on a Chromebook, I could trade on I could trade on anything as long as it's got an internet connection and I can go to a website. So yeah, you don't have to get all the crazy stuff. But I say almost every stream that I'm going to share my trading setup with you guys. And I don't think I've ever dropped the picture in Discord. But I just have 3 screens. I have a horizontal here, a vertical here for chat, and then I have an ultra-wide in the middle for the charts, which I don't even use in ultra-wide because you guys can't see the prices. So I just use it in 1080p anyway, which is hilarious. But anyway, that's what we're looking at on Ethereum, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be Turbo Time. Let's go, Turbo Time. Hey, shout out to today's, what is that full name here? I can't even see the full name. Well, shout out to today's crypto. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super sticker. Said you're amazing. Hey, shout out to you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words, and I appreciate the, is that a pear? Dancing pear? A blue pear? I don't even think those exist. Let's see. Super chats. Let me see here. Tony D, thank you for the super chat, bro. He said 1,600 in here. Can we get a like countdown? How high can we get it? Oh, boy. What do we got? 452? Let's run it up to at least 750 in the next 30 seconds. Everybody on the count of 3, smash the like button. When I say 3, you smash a like. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can get it up to 800. Spam it up. We're at 458. I think we could jump right to 500. We got 1,600 people in here. I think we can glitch that up to 500. Come on. 474. Give us 500. I think it comes in batches. There we go. 532, baby. We're ripping. Let's get 800. 1,000. We're giving away extra $100 on Solana, the Solana giveaway for Friday. But let's jump back into the charts here, guys. We're getting a little bit distracted here. So let's see. Turbo. Let's take a look. Okay, so on Turbo, I mean, I've been taking notes, handwritten notes, guys, on this setup. I don't know if I invented this. There's no original thoughts anymore in this world, so I probably didn't. But you get the breakout of a range, of a volume profile, in a particular point in the market with money flow coming up. Oftentimes, if you wait for the retracement into the POC, almost every time, you get the breakout, and then you get the retracement into the POC before getting a bigger rip to the upside. Very often, when price breaks out of a range, it will retrace either to the value area high or the POC, as long as you're, again, understanding where we are in the market, we know things are likely to continue up. Based off money flow coming up, we anticipate the trend to continue to the upside. But very often, if you're anticipating a breakout, I don't chase the pumps. I wait for those retracements down either to the value area high or the POC, and then that is typically where you get the breaker structure to the upside for the continuation of the trend. And this is a Turbo's a perfect example of that. But yeah, I mean, you got the breakout, retest of the POC, next little move to the upside. You've now broken above your golden pocket 786 retracement, so that is nice. I'm actually going to go ahead and delete the golden pocket and the 786 here just to clean up the chart. Am I tripping? Oh, yeah, there we go. It's gone. Okay. So we've now gotten out of the range. We've gotten above that 786, invalidating any kind of lower high for a continuation down. And now we're cruising. We're cooking, baby. This thing's cooking. And the next target for Turbo, if we continue up here, is for me going to be about 0.015 up to about 0.016. I should probably change like the shade of this because it is a little bit hard to read. There we go. 0.01633. 0.0163. I don't know how many threes are there. I could barely see. I think my eyesight's going, guys. I'm turning old. I'm getting old, guys. I'm getting old. Old candles. Old candles. I'm going to have to start going by Frank Candles. Old man Frank. Old man Frank. All right, let's see. I use an iPad. Hey, shout out to CT. Hey, it works, bro. It works. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Tail. Thank you for the, I don't know if that was supposed to be a super chat, but thank you for that. I appreciate you, bro. Or I don't know if that was supposed to be a sticker or not. Hopefully you didn't mean to send something. But thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. Crypto. Oh, no, there he goes. PNG, please, or Cetus. We will try, Crypto Tail. We will try. It's going to be very hard to get to every single altcoin, but we will try. We will try. Let's see. Okay. Same thing happened on INJ. Shout out to P No Diddy. Yeah, you'll see this happen very often. You'll see this happen like all the time. And yeah, I might name it something. But I'm trying to tweak the actual confirmations. I got to back test it more. But it's just like it's not uncommon to see. But either way, those are the next targets on Turbo. So like in the short term, if we continue up 0.015 to 0.016, break above that, I'd look at 0.017. I don't know if you're just going to absolutely nuke through all this. So those are going to be the levels that I look at as of right now. If we break above that, we can come up to these higher levels. You can screenshot them, but likely, we're either going to get noise here or we will get clung up in this Fibonacci extension zone. Other than that, 2-day, let's see, 3-day. Yeah, no money flow information on the 3-day, unfortunately. We just don't have enough price history. 2-day money flows in the green. Daily green dot is printing. Yeah, no market cipher 1/16th. No market cipher B 1/16th setup here, but yeah, you might get some turbulence here, but that's definitely going to be the next target if we do continue to the upside. And it is nice that we got that nice retest of this POC before getting the breakout. Absolutely beautiful. So there, and then key levels to the downside. If you get a big dump, like you're just looking down at this value area, previous value area, right? 0.01009. 0.0089, value area low at 0.0071, right? I won't read the whole numbers. You guys can screenshot these. I don't want to butcher them for you. They get very nitty-gritty numbers there. All right, let's see. I'm afraid I'm missing super chats here. Oh, shout out to Roger. Oh, Roger got deleted. Oh, shout out to Roger. God, Roger, what do you... Roger, what did you say? Good Lord. Good Lord. All right, well, anyway, hopefully it was nothing bad. Hopefully it was just like a meme coin shill. Let's see. Hey, shout out to Peter. Said, shout out to Frankie. My peak short is up 30% from yesterday. Let's go, Peter. We're throwing some money for you, bro. Hey, we buy peak. We dollar cost average into peak on spot. Bing bong. Shout out to Peter. But hey, when we think price is going to go down, we will say it. We will say it. Doesn't mean I sell my spot bags. But yeah, we'll check a peak on peak as well. Let's see. Tony T said exactly what it was. First time commenter. Oh, so they were shilling meme coins. Guys, I hope everyone's meme coins go to the moon, but I just can't promote them. It's just not my thing. Let's see. Come on. Yo, Jonah. Shout out to Jonah Lang. Good to see you. Said, come on, Roger. Get it together. Shout out to Roger. We love you, bro. I hope everyone's meme coins go to the moon. But I will never, I'm not here to shill meme coins. It's just not my bread and butter. Not my bread and butter. Is peak still a good buy? We'll take a look at peak in just a second. I'll take a look at it in a few minutes here, but let's take a quick look at render. Render, where we at? There it is. Guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The volume profiles will change your life. They might make you rich, not a promise. They also might make your girlfriend break up with you because once you figure them out, you're not going to want to do anything other than stare at the charts. Luckily, Mrs. Candles is still with me. She stays in the closet most of the time. But anyway, until I have to blow her back up. If you know, you know. Anyway, let's see here. So on render, I mean, you have your upper volume profile here from the tops, from your tops in 2024, right? We had our lower accumulation range, just like on Ethereum. Lower accumulation, breakout into your value area low of the previous range, which is your doorway to higher prices. And what happens? Resistance until proven otherwise. Resistance until proven otherwise. You get above. You hold above. You go to the POC. You go to the value area high. You reject the value area high. You lose the POC. You go back down to the low. If you're new here, if you are new to the Candle Mafia and you do not know what a volume profile is, go to the beginner series on this YouTube channel. It's 100% free, obviously. It's YouTube. I guess now you could charge for YouTube videos if you do members-only videos, but I don't do that. Go to the beginners playlist and go watch the volume profile videos. They're insane. It's the most powerful trading tool you could possibly use, in my own personal opinion. You start combining that with a lot of the other stuff we use, things get kind of crazy. But, yeah, you get above, value area high, lose the value area high, back, lose the POC, go to the low, right? Because when you're in a volume profile, for anyone who is new, I'm sorry if this is repetitive for people who already know, when you see a volume profile, when you get above the value area low, and you hold it as support, the next likely place for price to go is to the POC. When you flip that POC, the next likely place for price to go, this is the daily time frame, so you're not seeing like the nitty-gritty of the time of the actual candles here. But once you hold above the POC, you're looking, the next likely place for price to go is simply the value area high for the full rotation of the range. And then we look for longs at the low and shorts at the highs because of the reliability of that kind of stair-step theory on the laws of the volume profile, right? So when you come to the high, this is where you're looking for shorts, looking to go to the POC, lose the POC, next likely place for price to go is the value area low. And you can just see, like, to the dollar, these were hit. So insane. They're not always that perfect, but oftentimes they are. Now, these levels all remain the same, guys, on render. $7.77 for the value area low, key level of support at this point. POC at $10.07. Value area high sitting at $11.89. So you really want to come up. Once you break above that, once you break above this 11.89 zone, yeah, I believe that is our all-time high. So this is kind of your last line of defense here, your actual all-time high. So once you wind up, right, maybe we bing-bong around in this range a little bit, right, because where you find previous value, oftentimes price will find value again, right? So these are your key levels until you break out. Once you wind up breaking out, look to attack that all-time high. And then once you take out that all-time high, like, sure, you could potentially look for shorts there if you have some liquidity above. But, you know, once you break that all-time high, who knows how high this thing can go. Well, luckily, you guys know Frankie Candles, so I might have an idea where it might go. So let's take a look. Not a guarantee, right? But the analysis would say, based off the Fibonacci extensions, I'd be looking at between about $16 and $18. Bada boom. Yeah, between 16.29 and 18.15, right? First Fibonacci extension zone. So we can't look left, right? We have no price action here to find previous resistance levels, right? So what do? We pull up those Fibonacci extensions. Could we pull some spider lines potentially? Should we pull some spider lines on render? Let's do it. Let's pull up the Heikin-Ashi candles. Let's go to the weekly. And let's see here. Let's pull our ray. See if we can get any. Shout out to CryptoFace. Let's see if we can draw some spider lines on this. CryptoFace invented spider lines, I think. As far as I know, he invented them. And they are absolutely savage. Shout out to CryptoFace. Let's see here. Start on the magnet tool. Let's lock it. Yeah, I guess we would have to pull it to. Boom. Boom. I don't love that. Could probably even pull it to this high if I'm being honest. Yeah, these are a little less clear. Yeah, I don't know if I think I want to pull them from here probably. Boom. Don't really have a lot to draw, to be quite honest with you. So there you go. Oh, no, this is the monthly. That's why this looks weird. Whoops. Misclick. All right, here we go. So these might be better now. Okay, yeah, I like this much better. Boom. 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 Let's pull this one. So yeah, I'll just keep these as local. Let's lock all these. Boom. All right, well, there we go. And, I mean, you can't make it up, guys. You can't make it up. Look how well these are respected, guys. They're kind of hard to see, right? Look at that resistance. Look at that resistance. Unbelievable. Even just barely front ran this one. Insane. Whew. These are crazy. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Now we have spider lines on render. Not too shabby. So yeah, you rejected this spider line. So yeah, if we come back up, get above this spider line, you do have confluence in this zone somewhat. Spider line, depending on how quickly we get up there, flip this to support. I mean, this might just be perfectly confluent depending on how quickly we get up there. So yeah, again, next target's on render to the upside, 1629 to 1815. So there you go. All right, let's see. Wow, learned something new today. Shout out to Catherine. That is my goal. That is my goal, guys. That is 100% my goal. All right, let's continue on here. So, that's Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Sui real quick. We can take a look at Sui. Another coin that we've had some pretty nice Fibonacci extension targets hit on. There they are. Funny enough, we just interacted with it. So let's see here. Let me just get my bearings. Let's get rid of some of these older levels. Probably get rid of this as well. So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, I'm just going to do current price action here, right? Because if I draw this, I don't know. I really don't feel like we're probably not coming down there at least anytime soon. So what I will do is just kind of do the local price action here, which, to be quite honest with you guys, we came up to our first Fibonacci retracements, extensions, came up to the final target, bing-bonged around a little bit, flipped that to support before going into where? Our next Fibonacci retracement, Fibonacci extension target, which was sitting here at about $4.37. Every time I look at these extensions, guys, like when we were all the way down here on Sui, right? I'm looking at these targets like, wow, man, like this thing's at $1.60. Like, I feel kind of crazy talking about $4 to $6, right? Like, but here we are, right? Hitting these targets. Now, not every single one, maybe on lower time frames you get some kind of interaction on these levels. Yeah, you really do. It's insane, guys. And the reason these work, like, this isn't just because, like, I have these secret levels, guys. Other traders are looking at these extension levels, right? That's why they actually work. But you can see, interact with that, come back up, flip this to support, come back down, regain it, reactions. You can just see how, like, these levels are 100% valid. I know it seems like voodoo, but it's really not. Like, these are 100% valid. Insane. And now we're here approaching once more, right? So, for the most part, if we break above these highs and we put in a new all-time high, I'd simply be looking up towards this next extension level at about 496. Now, could you bing-bong around a little bit? Little bing-bong, potentially. But I would eventually look to get a move up there as long as we can continue coming up to break these highs. But yeah, this will obviously be resistance until proven otherwise. Let me pull a fib here real quick. So yeah, you're above your 786. That's not too shabby. Could actually even pull this as a little volume profile. If you do wind up getting resistance here on your fib extension, it's a little bit tight, right? It's like a small profile, but technically this is the profile that you're playing around with right now. Let me adjust this real quick. Get you the value area low, POC, and boom, right? So, yeah, can't make it up, guys. That's your doorway to higher prices. Break above, flip it to support, flip the POC, look to go to the value area high, and now we're potentially looking to break out here. Let's take a look at the higher time frames. 4-hour money flow back in the green. I'm sorry, 3-hour money flow back in the green. 4-hour money flow also back in the green. Let's check that daily. Oh, man. These daily green dots on the altcoins, guys. I'm not going to lie. Now, money flow still looks like it's coming out a bit. But I'm telling you right now, in a bull market, assuming, right, if we're going to take the assumption that Bitcoin is not going to have the, assuming that we're not just going to get like the mega nuke of a lifetime here, right? Assuming that this weekly red dot plays out like they typically play out in bull markets, which is like giving you a maximum of, between 19 and we'll call it 19 and 25, 19 and 30, 20 to 30% down. Assuming we're not going to get like that 20 to 30% dump from where we are off this red dot, like even this one, right? Yeah, 25%. As long as we don't get that to happen, these next daily green dots on the altcoins could be somewhat exciting. So, let's check out. So yeah, that's what I'd be looking at on SUI for the most part. Value area low, or I'm sorry, previous value area. If you do break back down, let's say you do get some kind of turbulence, you reject this Fibonacci extension, get stuck under $4.35, you get accepted back into this value area high. I would look for the bigger drop down towards the POC at 419. Lose that POC, look to come back down to the value area low. It's only if we can't get the push up, though. If you get the push up, next target, close to $5, right? So we'll see what happens. 497. Kind of hard to call like the local move here. I really wouldn't be surprised if you get some kind of 45-minute money flow, 45-minute money flow in the green and green dot looking to print. 30-minute. I mean, I'll be honest. This 30-minute looks like you could come up a little bit, right? Something like that. And then maybe you get the bearish divergences, and then that's what pulls you back a little bit. But we'll see. Those are the levels I'd be looking at. Because for me, right, like if I were going to long this, I'm not really a breakout trader, to be honest with you guys. Like I don't really like breakout trading. I thought I was going to be a breakout trader in the beginning of my career. I tried it, and it just that strategy, and I'm not saying you can't profitably breakout trade. Some people are great breakout traders. I tried it in the beginning of my journey where I had a lot less knowledge on how the market moves in general. And I found that being a breakout trader was like, that's where I found myself longing the top and shorting the bottom the most, right? Like just being caught on the wrong side of the ping pong game. I've tried every strategy, right? And being a breakout trader was just like the one that did not work for me. Like every time I longed, it was the top. Every time I shorted, it was the bottom, and I got wrecked. Now again, I was a much less experienced trader at that time. So if I tried it again, I would have much more, definitely have a higher hit rate. But as I'm not a breakout trader, I can't really say that I would long here in anticipation of a big move up. If it, even if we do get the move up, I'm happy to let it go. But for me, like when we approach resistance like this, value area high, Fibonacci extension, like the only thing I can, like my trading rules allow me to do here is look for a short. Doesn't mean I'm definitely take one, but it's like the only thing I'd be able to look for here. If I were going to long, I would need some kind of a pullback to get in. So there you go. That's what I'll be looking at on SUI. Watch those Fibonacci extension levels. Let's see. Shout out to I has 3 pair. I think that's what that says. Says take profit now, dude. Take profit on what? Sell my Bitcoin? Shout out to you, bro. Let me know what you mean. Are you asking if you should take profit? I'm not sure. Let me know. Solana to $800? Maybe. I have a lot of levels in between where we're at now and $800, but we'll see what happens. Excuse me. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at. Took a look at SUI. I'll run through the list here, guys. I'm going to run through the list, and then I will come back into chat, and we'll kind of cherry pick a couple. We'll cherry pick a couple of altcoins that you guys are requesting. I see a lot of people requesting a few different things, so I'll try to get the ones that I see a lot of people requesting at the same time. Let's see. Okay. Is Bitcoin a good stock? Yo, the Dusty Hunt, bro. Shout out to you. Yeah, I don't know. I think Bitcoin's like similar to PayPal. I think it's a PayPal competitor. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt. All right, let's see. Discord announcement, please. Shout out to Tony D. Hopefully I'm not giving away any secret conversations here. I'm just going to risk it for the biscuit here. Okay, and all right. This is not, okay, we're not giving any secret information. Okay. Discord announcements. Let's see. Am I going to get Rick rolled here? Shout out to, yo, that was quick, bro. Shout out to Tony D. How dare you embarrass me in front of the CandleMafia? No one's going to respect the boss now. Shout out to Tony D. But yeah, shout out to Tony. Hey, hang on. Tony, did you just do this? Or December 11th? I thought this. Shout out to Tony. I didn't even know you got this deal for the CandleMafia. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Blowfin, guys. If you're looking for a place to trade, check out Blowfin. Apparently, we have a 10% cashback bonus deal with them right now for the Candle Mafia if you use our link in the description down below with a maximum cap of $2,000 in futures bonuses. So basically, guys, depending on how much you deposit, you'll be eligible for a certain amount of bonus funds to be deposited into your account. These funds are basically, you could think of it like, it's like, I don't know if it's actually demo money or real money. You can't obviously just withdraw the money, right? You can't just click the link and then just withdraw the money that they give you. But they basically give you that money to trade with. And if you make profit on that money, you could keep whatever profit. It's basically like risk-free trading funds, whether either to beef up your stack or think of it as a discount on your losses, etc. Go check it out. Tony literally must have just done this while we were live. So shout out to the Candle Mafia. Link in the description down below if you guys are interested. And guys, fire Tony D. Tyler Durden. Is Tyler Durden in here? Tyler, fire Tony, bro. Fire Tony. It's time we get rid of him. He's unbelievable. Everybody go in the Discord and thumbs down this. Everybody thumbs down this. Oh, it's gone. All right. All right. See? We say we're going to thumbs down him, and he leaves. Unbelievable. Gonna talk trash and not face the music. Shout out to Tony D. All right, let's see. Yes, this just happened today. Shout out to Tony. Okay, cool. Awesome. Shout out to Tony. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at Tia, and then we have Ada, and then we will jump into some of the requests. I got to come up with like a line that I can say. Please do not super chat coins, guys. I do not want to, I don't want people to waste their money. Because we've been getting a lot of super chats, and people are like, "What the heck?" Super chat does not equal altcoin guarantee. Just to say, you don't have to pay to request an altcoin. Just drop them in the free chat. But you don't have to do it every 5 seconds. I'll let you guys know when you should spam them. I don't want anyone's fingers cramping up. But anyway, let's take a look at Tia here, guys. God, I love my job. God, I love my job. Okay, so guys, we're looking at Tia. Let me actually pull up the altcoin chart here. Where's my altcoin? Where's my altcoin chart? Where is it? Does anybody know Tony? Does anybody know Tony from TikTok or Instagram? The guy who sells the signs. He's like in China and he sells the signs. Let me know. I'm probably gonna get like 2 people in here who knows who he is. But let me tell you, that guy is a legend, guys. If you know, you know. Where is my dang altcoin chart, guys? This is brutal. There it is. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at Tia here. So here we are, right? We come up. I'm actually going to move this volume profile as price action developed a bit. But here we are, right? As you guys know, Tia is one of those coins that we covered in the altcoin market update. If you guys have not seen the altcoin market update, shout out to AltF4 said, "This is my super chat apologizing for my super chat requesting a coin. My bad." Shout out to AltF4, bro. You don't have to apologize. Did you super chat an altcoin, bro? I don't even think you did. Oh, he did. Shout out to AltF4. We will. You're funny, bro. You do not have to super chat and apologize. I will try to take a look. Here's the thing. You could super chat your altcoin. I just can't promise that we're going to look at all of them. We're just inevitably going to have to leave some of them behind. But shout out to AltF4, bro. You do not have to apologize, especially through a super chat, bro. I appreciate you though. OG. Like I feel like AltF4 deserves somewhat of an OG title. Not Oest of Gs, but like a new age OG. Shout out to AltF4. Anyway, let me hit AltF4 real quick. I'm kidding. Anyway, if you guys have not seen my altcoin market update video, guys, go check that out. Obviously, price has moved a bit, but we talked about a lot of altcoins that have not gotten the massive run-ups that a lot of these other altcoins have. Dogecoin, obviously got a massive run-up. XRP, obviously got a massive run-up, right? There's a lot of coins that have not gotten that run yet. So watch that video, and in that video, I talk about how I hoped for a pullback on a lot of these. We had bought Tia all the way down here. I talked about this on the live stream constantly. We got the breakout. I was kind of hoping we were going to get another pullback so I can continue buying a bit. So, obviously price has moved since that video, but still go watch that video so you can see the list of coins because a lot of them are still in the same situation. And they have gotten drops, which is nice. So for Celestia, we got the breakout of the lower range, right? We have 2 different volume profiles that we could look at above. I'll show you both of them. We got the breakout, right? We get a little consolidation. And what happens? We get a little bit of a pullback. This is not only exactly what I was hoping for a pullback, but we came right down into the exact levels that we wanted to see, which is the golden pocket and the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Why is this the level we wanted to hold? Well, if we want to continue this uptrend, which hopefully is going to happen, We want to hold that golden pocket 786 for a higher low to continue the uptrend to higher prices, right? So what happens? We come down to the 786, and then we hold that golden pocket, and now we could potentially continue up. Now, we do have these local levels now as well, which I will cover. But is this actually, if you guys remember yesterday, I can almost promise you, yesterday we looked at the fair value gaps here on Lux Algo Price Actions Concepts. Can't make it up, guys. Like, when you get these, even if we come up to a higher time frame, I think the weekly, that weekly is what we look for, right? On the weekly, when you get a bullish change of character and your candlesticks turn green, this is letting you know that you may be changing market structure, right? So you get the green candles. This is where I do not chase the pump, right? I accumulated down here. I do not chase the pump. But at this point, any pullback is going to be looked at as a lackluster pullback to put in a higher low and continue to the upside. And oftentimes when you're looking at a higher time frame, what you want to see is a breakout of a range with a fair value gap, right? Or just like imbalance, right? Or displacement, right? You get that big push up, you leave these fair value gaps behind, and oftentimes you will come back and fill or retest these fair value gaps. And if that's in line with something like a golden pocket, 786 retracement, this is oftentimes, not only, in my opinion, a great place to look to buy the dip, right, on a higher time frame, but also if you're looking at a lower time frame and you're day trading or scalping, you could look for those fair value gaps to enter into lower time frame trades, right? I actually have a video on how to use these on the channel if you guys are interested, but we talked about this yesterday. Shout out to Lux Algo. They are a sponsor of the channel. But we talked about this yesterday. The looking for these fair value gaps, this is a perfect example of that, right? What we were looking at yesterday. You get the big move, retracement into the fair value gap. Maybe now we can get that continuation up. Hopefully now we can get that continuation up. But other than that, we do have some local levels, right? Let's go ahead and zoom in here to the lower time frames, right? And again, we do have that nice golden pocket 786 retracement holding as of right now. So until, let me actually just hide the fair value gaps real quick. So until we wind up, as of right now, we hold above this value area high, I think we're pretty good. Now, if we come back down, right, this value area high / golden pocket is going to be key support, right? Because if we lose it, probably going back down to the 786. And then we lose the 786, could be going down to the POC, which again, like I've said, is not uncommon, although I wouldn't really want TIA to come all the way back down to the bottom of this range. But sometimes price does like to go retest that POC, right? Like we looked at on Turbo, right? Comes down, retest that POC before the bigger breakout. I wouldn't really want to see it. It's a little different situation on TIA. So hopefully we could just continue up here. But those are your key levels of support down below. If we get a bigger dump down, value area high at 644 is going to be your key level. Break down below that golden pocket, which ends at about 622. I'd look for a move down to the 786 and potentially the POC. I would not really want to see that, though. But if we do, to be quite honest, I'll probably still be DCAing in, to be quite frank with you. Now, above, if we take a look at the levels, right, we now have this nice little volume profile that is formed up here for TIA. Value area high, POC, value area low. And if we are able to continue up, this is going to be your local, right? Nothing really too crazy, but this is going to be your local doorway to higher prices, right? Or more clear, or more simply, flip this to support. You could look for a fill of the range up to about 861, excuse me. POC sitting at 812. This is what I would hope for, right? We have balance up here. We got imbalance out of this range, right? Balance where buyers and sellers agree on a price. When you deviate below, it's looked at as an undervalued asset. They buy it back into the range. When you go above, it's looked at as overvalued. This is where you look for shorts. Back into the range, back to the POC, back to the value area low. And then once you get, so when you're in here, this is balance. Once you get imbalance, that's where you look to go seek out previous fair value, which is simply sitting where? And if you've been here for a while, you know. It's sitting right here in this lower range. And what happens? You get that imbalance, and price retraces and comes back into the fair value, right? The previous fair value. So right now, doorway to higher prices, 761. Doorway to lower prices, really this zone between 648 and 624, right? So there you go. And then once we break out of here, what are we going to be looking for? This is where things get interesting. Right? So there's two ranges that we can look at here on the higher time frames, right? Excuse me. We have the this range from up here starting at about 1184, right? But if I extend this volume profile to include all of this kind of consolidation, we could actually extend this volume profile all the way down here, right? And this is another way to look at it, right? We got to move. And you could also look at it separately, right? If you don't want to move that range, right, the way I would pull this is I would just pull this as a secondary range, right? A little mini range. So we are sitting right at the value area low of this mini range, right? Or we approached the bottom of that mini range, right? So just to give you guys like a little bit of a kind of roadmap into where price is likely to go next. Very simply put, next doorway to higher prices or doorway to about 865 is sitting at 761. Get above there, look to fill that range and hole. Once you get up there, if you're able to break out, you have another almost immediate doorway to higher prices. And this would technically be the doorway up to about almost 1090, 1075, we'll call it, right? Because once you get above this, you look to fill this range, right? Maybe you bing bong around a little bit, but once you break out, flip this level to support, again, at $8.80. Look for that move up to the POC at 965. Flip that level to support. Look up towards 1075, 1095, right? Now, you might say to yourself, well, what the heck is the significance of this level, right? Well, number one, it's the value area high of this range. It's also a very large golden pocket. And at that point, even if we get rid of this golden pocket, right, you want to understand it's there, right? This is going to be like pretty strong resistance when we get up there. But if we go ahead, fill this range, flip this to support, fill this range, right? Flip this to support, get above this POC, that's your real doorway to higher prices, right? That's your real doorway to higher prices. That's where we see Tia really get the move, in my opinion, right? Now, you do have intermediary levels in here as well, but this is, and I will say this, right? I don't have it broken down into all these different ranges. The way I'm looking at it, and I think it's much simpler for most people, is to just look at it like this, right? Just look at it all together, right? So you have your value area low sitting right here, POC there, value area high here. Come on. Boom, right? So this is kind of the way I look at it, right? There's your lower range. Here's your upper range. These are all just little mini ranges. But for the most part, you break out of this area of balance. You seek out the previous area of balance. Value area low, which is the doorway to higher prices, is resistance until proven otherwise, right? Once you're able to get above this, that's where the real fun starts, in my opinion, right? So there you go. You can screenshot this. I don't know. Take a picture. Put it on your chart if you want. That's what I'm looking at on Tia. All the sauce. That was pretty nice sauce. We showed you everything. Different ways to break it down. That's what I'm looking at here. Other than that, take a look at Market Cipher. You know, I don't really want to spend any more time on this, right? 2-day, money flow crossover into the green. 3-day, money flow looking to cross over into the green, right? So we still could be early here before Tia gets the massive rip up. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at. Let's see here. Bada boom, bada bing. Recommended said I'm teetering on the point of selling. Selling what? Selling everything? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. All right, let's see. Shout out to Catherine, says, beautiful, Frankie. Cheers. Shout out to you. Salud. Salud. I'll take a little sip of black coffee here. All right. Let's see. The last thing I need is coffee, guys, if you haven't figured it out. Let's see. Did everybody hit the like button? Shout out to Jesse. Smash that like button if you have not already. All right, let's see. Let's take a quick look. We took a look at Tia. Let's take a look at Ada. We haven't looked at Ada in a while, and then I'll drop into chat for some requests. You don't have to drop your coins in right now, guys. I will come back to the chat. I'll let you know when to spam them. So here we are. All right, yeah. So Cardano, I believe, was Cardano in our first market update? I believe Cardano was in our first altcoin market update before this move to the upside. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to say that we called it if we didn't. But I do believe that this was in our first market update, right? And again, lower accumulation, break out of the range. Price is going to seek out the previous area of fair value, which is sitting up here. Value area low is key support or key resistance until proven otherwise. And as of right now, what are we trying to do? We're trying to get into this range. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't reject, right? We've seen this on many coins. Look at Chainlink, for example. On Chainlink, we had an approach, right, back in the day, right? This was all the way back in February, right? We got the breakout of the range, resistance, broke back in, looked like we were trying to flip it to support, but we just lost it. However, we are now in a different part of the cycle, right? So at this point, I think if there's a chance that we're going to break out, I think there's no better chance than now to get that actual breakout. So, and acceptance into this range. So for Cardano, key level of support is very clear here. Like, we really want to hold above about $1.03, right? If we can hold above this, could see, I mean, you already saw resistance, right? I'll come to a lower time frame, so it's a little more palatable. Resistance, flip it to support. Next likely place for price to go is the POC. This will give you resistance, right? We slipped it again. We kind of tried to come back in. So this is for sure the key levels, right? $1.03 is your doorway to higher prices. So, you know, can you wiggle around a little bit? Sure. But once you get accepted back in here, POC is next. Flip that POC. That's probably where you're going to wind up seeing the next bigger move up on Cardano. And if I pull up the VPVR really quick, let's take a look here. Yeah, so you do have somewhat of a significantly high volume node up here. So I will say, honestly, if you can get above this high volume node or POC, like, things could move pretty quickly because the volume pretty much falls off, honestly, until you hit about $2.14. So flip this level to support. I'd look for somewhat of a quick move into about $1.80. Break above that, looking up to about $2.17. So there you go. And I'm not saying that, like, this stuff is just automatically going to go there right now, right? Like, this is like, we still have to make sure we stay above this level. And again, you know, low time frame noise is somewhat likely, right? Again, like, money flow, like, this is not bullish money flow, guys. Like, when you here's the thing, right? The only way this winds up being bullish is if we get that fake out bull market, like hashtag bull market. We're just going to step on the bears, which, you know, is very hard for someone whose job, for someone who has a job that is going up in front of a ton of people and talking about what a chart is going to do. It is very difficult for me to give a clear explanation without just sounding like I'm saying everything, right? Or at least that's what it feels like. But to new people, right? But with an understanding of the cycles and what we've seen happen in the past, on top of how the technical signals play out in different environments, this is how we find, high likelihoods of fake outs. Because from a binary perspective, this is not what we see 8-hour money flow do before a massive rip to the upside, right? So if we were to get some massive rip up here and someone asked me to review that move, I would be like, well, the TA got completely stepped on, right? Because this is, from a binary perspective, this is bearish, right? Money flow coming out. Even your VWAP is rolling over. Like, in any normal situation, I would be looking at this as pretty bearish. You're at resistance, right? Probably going to get a big pullback, especially if that money flow crosses into the red. But in a bull market, again, based off the back testing, the 8-hour money flow in a bull market does not stay in the red for very long, right? What do we have back here? Now, the altcoins are a little more volatile than Bitcoin. But where are we at? Let me just make sure we're actually in the... so 2020, right? 8-hour money flow crossover, massive move up. You kind of wiggle around. You go back into the red, but you really just continue up. Money flow goes into the red, and it just yeets back up into the green for a massive move to the upside. Fake out into the red once again before a massive move up, right? And then you get another money flow crossover into the red before another big move up, right? You kind of just go sideways here, but you could see in a bull market, that 8-hour money flow does not really play out like you would expect it to. Like, look back here. Back here, when you're, just kind of going sideways, that money flow on the 8-hour crosses into the red. You're looking at this from a binary perspective as a continuation of the downtrend, right? And that's exactly what you got, right? But at this point in the market, this stuff can fake out. So if I have to give you just the information, this looks bearish. Do I think there's a high probability of it getting faked out because of where we are in the cycle? I think there is somewhat of a high likelihood. But the tough part about that is you have to bet against the TA, which I really don't like to do. But sometimes you got your back against the wall. So those are the levels. I'd pay a lot more attention to the levels rather than market cipher B, or just as far as the money flow right now. So there you go. Let's see. Frankie's new chair. Yo, shout out to Frankie's new chair. Thank you for the super chat. says, Frankie, it's cold outside. It snowed last night, and I woke up with frozen bearings and frozen bearings and cranks in place. I didn't know existed. Oh my God. These these feral street chairs are rolling up on me, squeaking loudly. Yo, I don't belong out here. Shout out to Frankie's new chair. It's okay. Actually, Tony D, if you are still listening, which I'm sure you are, let's go get my new chair. Let's get my new chair tomorrow. Because this one's low key. Like this one's done. So listen to me, Frankie's new chair. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. We're gonna unite tomorrow. Mark my words. Tomorrow's live stream, we will introduce Frankie's new chair. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know who that is. I guess it's my new chair. We're coming to get you. We can't have you out there in the cold. It's the holidays. You know, we don't want to leave you out there alone. Shout out to you. That's got to be golden, right? Does anybody know who that is? Shout out to Frankie's new chair. I appreciate you so much. Arrow. Shout out to Rax Poker. Rack'em. Rackball. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, yeah, dude, I'm 100% certain you will definitely step away from the charts to buy a chair. Shout out to Tony D. Yes, we're going to do it. Now, I made a promise. Now we have to do it. So, yeah, maybe no market update tomorrow. We're going to have to be, we're going to have to go. I don't know where my chair is right now, my new chair, but we're going to have to go get it. Golden, it must be. Yeah, shout out to Jesse. It's got to be. It's got to be. I don't know. I guess we'll find out one day. Okay, so let's continue on. Okay, so we did the whole list. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take a look at Jasmine. Let's see what else. We'll take a look at Jasmine. We'll take a look at Pee-Pee. We can take a look at Insane Clown Posse, or ICP as some people like to call it. Alt F4, bro. Thank you so much. He said, all right, fine. No more super chat. Shout out to Alt F4. I appreciate you so much, bro. Al Jr., thank you for the super chat. I got to catch up real quick. So we can't super chat memes? Dang. Okay, coffee on me. Shout out to Al Jr., bro. You guys are crazy. Thank you so much, man. Crypto Toddy says, no problem if you don't get this coin. PNG, Cetus. We will try to get to them. Shout out to Crypto Toddy. Either way, thank you so much for the super chat. Cyber Splash, what is going on, bro? Thank you for the super splash. Thank you for the super chat. Says, Frankie, congrats on 69.9K subs. Giggity. Yo, shout out to Cyber Splash. Hey, let's go. 69. We're so close, guys. We're so close. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 70K. Let's go. All right, Arrow. Yeah, shout out to Rax. And Frankie's new chair said, if you don't pick me up, I'm going to roll the dice and myself into the street. Shout out to Frankie's new chair. Tony D, we got to do it tomorrow. We're coming for you, Frankie's new chair. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. I promise. I promise. All right, let's see. 70K is overrated. Shout out to the Dusty Hunt. All right, let's continue on here. Shout out to Kid. I can't see that full name. Says, what's the indicator showing money flow? It is Market Cipher B. It's just market. It's called Market Cipher. You can check it. Link in the description down below. You can use our discount code, which I believe is MCFrank20. Yes, MCFrank20. You could use it to save some money on your subscription. If you don't, that will also obviously help out the channel. Otherwise, if you don't want to use our link, it's totally fine. Just go to marketcipher.com. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Let's take a look at ICP. Yo, Creighton, we're getting derailed. Shout out to Creighton C, bro. What is going on? Always happy to have you in here, bro. He said 10-1. Frankie will hate the new chair within 2 weeks and want his old chair back. Watch, he'll start twitching in it and complain about the armrests or the way it spins. Just watch. Shout out to Creighton C. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, yeah. My new chair is going to be mean to me because I left it out in the cold for so long. Shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much, bro. We'll see. I'm going to run with that, Creighton. I'm going to run with that. All right, let's continue on here. So, ICP. Let's see. We have an ICP chart here, I believe. Okay, there it is. So, all right, well, wow. This must have taken, I don't know, when was the last time we took a look at this? It must have been at least, we must look at it this month. Okay, so our first key level held up on ICP. So this is actually pretty clear cut, right? ICP ICP, lower range, impulse, out of that range. We get back above your value area low, which is the doorway to higher prices. Where's the next place for price to go? POC, little turbulence, get above the POC, value area high. This is relatively overvalued, right? Above that value area high. This is where you want to look for shorts, right? As far as shorter term trades, right? Not that this is the top. Look for price to go back in to the value area high, get accepted into the range, right? Can't get back above that value area high. Look for the drop down to the golden pocket, right? POC, well, obviously the POC, lose the POC. We were looking down to the golden pocket. And to be quite honest, I don't know if we're going to get this. I would have really preferred to see that value area low tap, but golden pocket wound up holding up. But if we lose this golden pocket, which I don't know if we're going to do, I would just be looking down, POC 786 confluence here on the value area low. I'm sorry, value area low 786 confluence here on the bottom of the range. So if you lose the POC again, you could come down and test that level. That's your key level of support. If you lose this, you're going to likely hunt out your previous area of value, which is sitting between 903 and 703. So we don't want to see that. So we just we'll cross that bridge when we get there, if we have to get there. But we'll just hope we go up, right? But that's your key level. 1025 is your key level if you want more upside for ICP, right? Your biggest level. Your local level is the POC at 1289, right? If we could stay above this, probably going to be somewhat likely to see that value area high come in at 1493. Once you get above that, look for the breakout. Get the breakout. You actually do have somewhat of a tangible, keyword, of a tangible range up here. Next targets, if you break out of this this upper volume profile, is going to be this value area. Right? And this is pretty small. This I wouldn't consider this like a major range. POC, value area high. So, wow, that's funny. Did not mean to draw that arrow perfectly up there. But that's what I would look at. You break out here, crack these highs. That's your new range low. Flip that. Look to fill the range and hole. And then after that, you're looking at all-time highs, right? New yearly highs, I guess I should say, right? Not all-time highs. But basically, this got released and just went nothing but down. So I kind of consider this all-time highs. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on ICP from the higher time frame perspective here. Yeah, 2-day money flow in the green, 3-day money flow just starting to cross over into the green again. This is like, we've been sticking a little more long-term on the altcoins just because, like, I know it's like 'tis the season to, like, load up on alts, hopefully. But money flow crossovers into the green, guys. Like, and you get to see how these markets move. Balance, imbalance. Here's your new balance. Once you break out of here, you look to come into your old balance and then fill that range and hole. This repeats in the market constantly, not just on the higher time frames, but also the lower time frames. This is pretty much the same exact analysis that we use for the low time frame trades, right? The scalps and the day trades, right? And it is very, very reliable. Back in the range, POC, value area high, right? Get up here, value area low, POC, value area high. Attack the highs, we just go hunt out that next range, which is going to be hard to find. But if I'm not looking at your favorite altcoin, you could go and try to do this analysis, watch the tutorial videos, figure out how to use these volume profiles, and you can pull these on your own coins. All right, let's see. Shout out to Shortsmaster. Said, Frankie, if you have time, can you show me how you pull your golden pockets? Check the beginner series. Watch through all those videos. Almost all the questions you're probably going to have will be answered there. I actually have a Fibonacci video in that playlist that goes over exactly where I pull my fibs from, and I even go over a trade that we took in the premium Discord where I used the golden pocket as an entry into a beautiful long position. And I think I was actually in the trade in the video that I show. So go check that out. It'll answer all your questions, bro. But good question. You're asking the right questions. Let's go. All right, let's see. Yo, shout out to KDXB said, I remember you posted with your Galaxy Z Fold a few months ago at a baseball game. Today I got my Z Fold 6. Holy charting on that thing is so cool. I feel like I'm going to get addicted. Yeah, shout out to KD. Yeah, I do have I'm an iPhone guy. I do have an iPhone, but I do have a Galaxy Fold just for Discord when I'm, like, on the go. If I'm traveling or something and I need to be, like, I like to be in the Discord as much as I can. if I'm able to. I keep that Galaxy Fold on me, and it folds out, and it is beautiful for charts and posting in Discord. It's absolutely amazing. So shout out to you, bro. The new 6 is pretty fire, too. That thing is gorgeous. All right, let's continue on here. Yeah, shout out to Pat. Said every time I hop in the live stream, first words I hear a POC value area high. Yeah, you probably hear it 14 times in the first 5 seconds of being in here. It's because they're the most important levels that you could possibly look at. All right, let's continue on here. Let's take a look at. Let's take a look. All right, so we took a look at ICP. Let's take a look at. What was the other one we were going to look at? Aerodrome. And, yeah, we got ICP. Shout out to Alt F4. Oh, Pepe. Pepe was it. Let's take a look at Pepe, or PP, as some people like to call it. See how those Pepe spider lines are holding up. We didn't really test them. But, yeah, Pepe is in the exact same situation it was yesterday, right? Yesterday was the 10th, 7 p.m. So, yeah, I mean, this is still our key zone of support, which is, it's a big zone. It's the value area high, golden pocket POC, right? Confluence. See if I can drop a little extra sauce on that. Low of the uptrend. Nah, not really. I don't hate that. So, yeah, this is definitely your zone, right? This is your key zone of support sitting between 22.15 and 2087. As long as we're able to stay above that level, we could continue up. If we come back down, lose that POC, I'd be looking down to the 786 value area low. Simply put, between 1973 and 1911. Now, if we continue up, you do have your spider line just above at about 227.34. Get above that. I mean, this also trends up over time, so it depends on how long how long it takes us to get up there, right? If we range around and then come up, it's obviously much higher. But yeah, other than that, like, your key resistance is for sure this spider line. Key level of support is for sure this blue box, right? And then if you break down below this blue box, maybe you bing bong around in here a little bit. If you lose this, probably going to look for a pretty quick move down closer to about 1601. But that's pretty far away at this point, right? Now, locally, I will pull some local levels here, right? Yeah, let me pull this real quick. Yeah, so this volume profile, you have a little local range here. So, yeah, you get the breakdown back in. So, yeah, you're kind of playing with a local doorway to higher prices. So, definitely going to be resistance until proven otherwise. But if you could flip this level to support, could get a move back up to these highs between 26.55 and 26.94. That's what I would look at. These are all the levels I'd be watching. Now, from a market cipher perspective, technically you have a 2-day bearish divergence printing, which could easily bring you back down here. But again, hashtag bull market. I would be careful with those bearish signals as of right now. 3-day bear div also printing. What's your weekly do? Yeah, weekly red dot potentially looking to print soon. So I don't love that. But daily green dot, other than that, looking very similar to a lot of other things. Daily green dot looking to print. 16-hour green dot is printing. 1-hour money flow crossover. So, yeah, if you could confirm that daily green dot, that 16-hour green dot with this 1-hour money flow crossover may indicate that the trend, get above this value area low, could continue to the upside. Look for something like that. That's just my 2 cents, not financial advice. So there you go. All right, now let's go ahead and take a quick look at Pepe. Hey, brother, can we please check out Pepe Unchained? I want to ape. What do you think about the chart? I don't know if I probably won't be able to find a chart on that, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's only going to be like wrapped ETH and... Oh, no, hang on. Nope. No, that's God's Unchained. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not really going to be able to... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find a chart on this. Pepe Unchained. That's... yeah, dang. I would look at it if I could find a chart, brother. I apologize. Aerodrome. Let's take a look at Aerodrome real quick. Arrow. And let's take a look here. I didn't even see this today. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm tripping. Oh, yeah, never mind. Okay, I misread that. I thought we broke the high, which is what I was hoping for. But that did not happen, indeed. All right, so let's see here. I mean, hey, quite honestly, actually, let me pull this up on. Do I have this on here? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so shout out to anybody who has seen the altcoin updates here, guys. I believe this is from the altcoin update, or this might be, yeah, I think it's from the altcoin update. I'll hide all this. So for Aerodrome, I mean, for the most part, do I even have the, I do. There we are, right? So you have the lower range, upper range. So yeah, simply put here, guys, like again, obviously it's already played out, but just to show you how we do this analysis, and it makes sense to go over this moving forward, right? Because the analysis is always going to be the same. I'm always going to do it the same way. But lower range, bing-bonging around, we were looking for a break above this range, flipping that POC to support to look for the fill of the range all the way up to the value area high. We got the breakout. This is actually not bad. We got the breakout, and we just got a retest of the value area high. This could be good. Money flow looking pretty dang good on the 90-minute. I will say, if the altcoins are going to pump, maybe going into tomorrow, 90-minute money flow crossover into the green. Do we have the green dot looking to print on the daily? We do. Watch this green dot on a lot of the altcoins, especially Aerodrome. daily green dot, 90-minute money flow crossover. Look at that 90-minute money flow. If that crosses into the green, guys, that could be the ticket to some potentially higher prices. So, yeah, and then, I mean, for the most part, right, you have the high here. Whoops. You have the high right here. Break above that. Looking into these Fibonacci extensions. Next targets to the upside would be about 284. Next one after that, 319. Next one after that, 360. Could we potentially see a $3.60 Aerodrome very soon? I think it is possible, assuming that Bitcoin doesn't drag everything down and get a super nuke of a lifetime, and we see the altcoins go, which does seem like it's somewhat, it's in reach. It's in reach, guys. We could see those targets for Aerodrome. I do think it's possible. Watch that 90-minute money flow crossover. Not saying it has to happen right this second. Just keep in mind. Let's see where our fib. Yeah, like key level to break above here would one of the key levels would be the 786, because you could technically, again, look at your 3-hour money flow, 8-hour money flow, kind of flat to be honest, but again, like that's assuming that these bearish signs on market cipher B don't play out. They are here, right? But get above that 786. That's probably your best bet. Like this, because if we're gonna see this money flow play out, come into the red, and give us a big trend to the downside, where's that lower high likely to come in at? It's likely to come in at that golden pocket 786 retracement. So once we break above that, it kind of invalidates the idea of that lower high to continue the downtrend, and it would be more likely to break to the upside, in my opinion, right? But we got to get above that level. Definitely got to be above that level. Do you have any confluence here on like a value area high or a POC? You do, right on that value area high too. So that's what I'd be looking at on Aerodrome. If you get a drop down for whatever reason, value area high at $1.85 is your key support. Break back below that range. Lose the value area high. Could be on your way back down to the POC and the value area low, which is sitting at about 143 to 136. So there you go. That's the one good thing, right? And I will say this, on the higher time frames, you actually did break. This is actually not too bad, right? Because you're actually above, obviously you have the local golden pocket that we just looked at up here, but like you already broke above your macro 786, which is nice. Like this means, right? Because if you were looking for a retracement here and a macro lower high to continue like an overall downtrend here, you would look for that to come in on this macro 786, which is basically this purple box, right? So if you're looking for a massive correction, you would look to come in here, put in a lower high, and reject to the downside. But you're now above that 786, which is really nice. So that's what I would look for. Break that all-time high. We could wind up coming up in here very, very, very quick. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on Aerodrome. Shout out to Justin, said, thank you for the super chat, bro. He said, thank you for taking a look. Brother, can you please look on CoinMarketCap? It's number one trending coin. Yeah, shout out to Justin. The only problem is I'm not going to be able to get the chart on CoinMarketCap either. I guess I could try to pull up like a candlestick chart. But yeah, it's going to be almost impossible for me to do TA on the CoinMarketCap chart, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would. All right, yo, shout out to Frankie's new chair. Thank you for the super chat. Says Tony D, if he doesn't pick me up, I will have to sell my cushion just to stay warm at night. Please don't let him forget me. I promise to be a good chair and never make him look short on a live stream. Shout out to Frankie's new chair. Yeah, we got to Tony. We got to do that. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get a nice little Secret Labs or something like that. Yo, shout out to Creighton, bro. Thank you for the super chats, bro. Shout out to Creighton C. OG of the CandleMafia says, poor Lucky supported your. Poor Lucky supported your rump this entire time through the ups and downs. Now replaced by a younger, more attractive chair. Goodbye, Lucky. We'll keep Lucky as a set decoration in the background. We'll keep Lucky here, and maybe we can bring Lucky on set to pump the charts when we need them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to Frankie's new chair. Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Rax Poker, Cyber Splash, Crypto Toddy, Al Jr., shout out to Alt F4, everybody who super chatted. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. Also, smash that like button because that is the easiest and most free way to support the channel. We already got 1,000 likes, guys. We're going to be giving away $100 in extra giveaways to the CandleMafia on Friday night's live stream, guys. We've been smashing these like goals. So I really appreciate you guys. Like, you don't have to super chat. I appreciate it. But if you don't super chat, the easiest way to support us, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification bells, share, copy link, I don't know, just interact, drop some chats. I really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. Mark said he could buy himself a Chesterfield sofa by now. Shout out to Mark Dutch. Should I just do TA on a couch? I've thought about that, like going live on my MacBook or something. Just like laying on my couch. That would be pretty fire. But I don't think I could focus like that, to be honest. Anyway, Solana, we took a look at Solana. Did we look at Solana today? We could take a look at Solana, and we'll also take a look at Jasmine real quick. So Solana, to be quite honest, like Solana, not a ton. I mean, actually, I do have something to update on Solana, right? And the reason I have a update here on Solana is because we've approached our doorway to higher prices, right? Basically, zoom in here. Let me hide this, right? So for Solana, let's check that 90-minute. Yeah, 90-minute starting to work its way up here. However, the key levels we've been looking at on Solana, right? Yesterday was the 10th, right? So, we have our upper value area here. If we lost that range, we knew that it was going to be likely. If we got rejected out of here and found imbalance, price is likely to seek out previous fair value. Where is that coming from? Simply from this previous value area. Where's previous fair value? Inside the previous value area, right? So what happens? Price comes down. We get a move into the range, down to the value area low, back to the high, deviate above the range, back into the range, back to the POC, back to the low, back to the POC, back to the high, back to the POC, back to the high, back to the low, back to the POC, flip it to support, back to the high, and then we broke out, making this value area low, technically, our local doorway to higher prices. So right now on Solana, get above 229, right? That's the level to flip to support in order to see a move back into about the 240s, right? 241.89 is that POC. That would be the magnet for price, in my opinion. Flip this, go to the POC, flip above that POC, look to go to the value area high. This, so this golden pocket has really been tapped, right? So I'm actually going to take this off. It's still technically relevant, but I'm just going to hide it. That's what I would look at. We break out of there. This 786 is really the level to get above. If you get above that 786, flip it to support. At that point, smash up to your new targets between 276, 285. Still have a lot of work to do to get there, but that's what I'd be looking at. Pretty clean ranges. If you want to screenshot these, get them on your chart. 786 sitting at 254.21. That's your key level to flip. All right, I'll even label this key. Bada boom. Right. So that's what I would look for. And then if you come back down, key levels down below, lower value area, right? So kind of self-explanatory there. Daily, green dot is printing, so 90-minute money flow crossover might be the thing to look for the move up. But again, 16-hour money flow, hoping that the bull market can just fake out these money flows. But if you want Solana to get a big rip to the upside, typically what you would want market cipher to look like would be the opposite of this, right? This is money flow coming from the green to cross over into the red, indicating a potential continuation of the downtrend. So I really don't like that. Like, it's very hard. I need to be clear. There are, like, money flow looks bearish on Market Cipher B for a lot of coins. High chance of a fake out here. I hate this part of the market where it's like you have bearish signals that are likely to get stepped on because you're in the bull market, right? So it's like it kind of puts like just be careful with those bearish signals because oftentimes they will fake out in the bull market. Just keep that in mind, right? I can't say that enough. But from a binary perspective, this is bearish money flow, right? If we wanted a big rip up on Solana, what we would really want is this upside down. We would want this to be a red wave crossing into the green for a massive move up, right? And you can just back test that. Except you got to do it the correct way, right? Money flow crossover into the green on the 16-hour. Massive trend to the upside. Money flow crossover into the red. Downtrend, right? Or at least a bigger dump, right? Money flow crossover into the red. Trend to the downside. Money flow crossover into the green. Uptrend, right? So, like, you just have to think about that just from, like, a simple perspective. Money flow in the green. Uptrend. Money flow in the red. Downtrend. Red, downtrend. Green, uptrend, right? So when you look at this, right, the pattern kind of gets messed up because it's like crossover into the green, uptrend, red, downtrend, green, uptrend. Well, what's going on here? It looks like we want to cross into the red. So hopefully we can just bull market out of this. But those are the levels I'd be looking at. All right, let's see. Yo, shout out to Creighton C. Yo, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Shout out to the CandleMafia. 70,000 subscribers, guys. We hit 70,000 subscribers. It took so long, it feels like. I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't even really look at the numbers. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for my mental health. I don't like looking at the numbers. But shout out to Creighton C. 70K subs. We hit it today, baby. Shout out to everybody who's been here since day one. And shout out to all the new people because you guys are really the ones that helped push us over that ledge into 70K. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and spreading the good gospel of the volume profiles and the CandleMafia out to the rest of the cryptoverse. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Frankie going mainstream. Yo, shout out to K Diggity, bro. Oh, God, I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Shout out to Dave Digital in the chat. What is going on, bro? Let's go. Dave Digital's been here since day one. We got so many day oneers. Creighton C, too. We got so many day ones in here. So yeah, shout out to everybody in here. God, if you told me this 5 years ago that I would even have a YouTube channel in general, I'd be like, I'm not going on camera. What are you, crazy? Never in my life would I have thought I would go on YouTube. Yeah, insane. Yo, Bruce, it's time. Shout out to Bruce Buffer. But yeah, insane, guys. Insane. Drop a candle in the chat if you've been here since day one, guys. Or if you're new, just drop candles in the chat for 70K. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm spamming candles myself. I'm spamming my own chat today, guys. And also, actually, first off, let's load up Jasmine because we're going to take a look at Jasmine as well. I'm spamming my own candles. I'm spamming candles, guys. Let's see. Let's go. Am I going to get banned? Hopefully I don't get banned. Spamming candles. That's actually not a bad name. Spamming candles? It's not bad. Let's go. Let's get that chat rate up, baby. Let's get that chat rate up. PNG, we'll try Trick Crypto Toddy. We'll take a look at PNG. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to you guys. Purple candles, white candles. I don't care what they are. Just drop those candles in the chat. Let's get it. And while you guys are spamming candles, I'm going to go ahead. And I'm going to go ahead and check out Jasmine here. And Jasmine, baby, there's those candles. Let's go. All right. Now that we look here at Jasmine. Oh, Jasmine. That's a lot of candles. Yeah, shout out to Los Cons. Shout out to you, bro. Said, hey, do you have a Discord? I do. I have a free Discord. Link in the description down below. I also have a paid Discord. Also link in the description down below. My paid Discord is not a signals group. It is not a signals group. I want to be very clear about that. But yeah, we do have both Discords. Get into the free one. No strings attached. Get on in there. Let's see. Shout out to Sebastian. Said, hey, Frankie, thank you for your time and wisdom. Do you think we're losing Bitcoin right now, given USDT dominance on the rise, or will Asia bail us out? That's the $1 million question, my friend. That is the $1 million question. I will say, I mean, those bearish signs are still on Market Cipher B on the higher time frame still. I will say that. So, look at the candle. CandleMafia, unstoppable. Look at those candles, man. Insane. But, yeah, I do think, those bear signals are definitely still on the charts on a lot of the higher time frames. But, again, in a bull market, we do see those get faked out a lot. Tether, USDT dominance. Let's see. I mean, to be quite honest with you, yeah, monthly is looking pretty bad on USDT dominance, which is great. I don't know, 4-day money flow crossover into the red. I mean, to be quite honest with you, like USDT dominance, like not really on the rise. Yeah, 10-hour money flow coming up. Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm just hoping we bull market out of this thing, to be quite honest with you. But there are bearish signs on the chart, right? This is why, as a trader, I don't really mind, right? Because my spot bags I am holding for a long time. And my day trades, I'll make money on the move to the downside if we get a drop down. What is Bitcoin doing, actually? Yeah, just still kind of bing-bonging around. Getting a little drop here. Is my short finally in profit here? See. Yeah, short finally in profit here. Did I show the trades? Did I show the trades today? I don't even remember. I always thank Phoebe. Shout out to Jesse. Bitcoin is rolling over. Yeah, so we did have a short up here from the in the premium Discord as we approached our 786, which is that key level of resistance we actually looked at in the market update. I guess I could show the trade, unless I did already. I don't even know. I'm losing track of time, guys. I'm losing track of time. We hit 70K subs. We looked at 30 altcoins. We're just out of control here. But yeah, just starting to roll over here, up about 532 on the short. This is a $117,000 short, so we'll see what happens here. I will say, I am gonna lock up profits pretty early in this, right? And I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even pretty soon, just to be careful. Shorting in a bear market is definitely possible, right? A lot of people say you can't short in a bear market. I mean, this is proof. $500 on the short already. Doesn't mean that I'm going to hold this till 80K, right? But if we got the drop to 80K, I wouldn't mind. That'd be up big time. Even if we drop back down to like 90, yeah, like we drop back down here like 97.5, like quick little 4K, come up to a higher time frame real quick. This is one thing that I absolutely love about Femex. Is that they have this little thing, this like feature where if you just if you just move your cursor, it'll tell you what your profit will be at that price, which is awesome, right? So you kind of eyeball it. Like, all right, well, we come back down to this value area low. Quick little 8K for a range trade. Not too shabby. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully those. I don't care, right? Because I'm holding the long as well. So whether we rip or dip, I am schlong right now. I'm in a long. I'm in a short. Here's my long. So I'm in a long and a short at the same time right now. So whatever way we go, we're going to be making some money here. So yeah, shout out to Blowfin and Femex. I don't know why my screen keeps freaking out. I don't know if you guys can see that. But let's do a quick look at Jasmine, guys, before we hop on out of here. And we will take a look at PNG as well. Cryptomania said, but it's fake. What is fake? Are we talking about fake rounded bottoms? Is the dump fake? Is the pump fake? Let us know. Let us know, Cryptomania. What is fake? I'm going to continue on. Shout out to Kate Diggity. I think he's talking about Phoebe. But let's take a quick look at Jasmine here. So for Jasmine, let's take a quick little look-ski. So yeah, I mean, we got out of our range. Came back into this range, filled that. We just bullishly retested this value area high. So I'll give you the key levels on Jasmine. 16-hour green dot printing. 1 hour money flow has just crossed over into the green. That could be somewhat of a good sign to continue to the upside. However, support down below, value area high, sitting at let me just fix that. There we go. So your value area high is sitting at about 0.03815. So hopefully, we got the move. Bullish retest on the value area high. Could be a higher low, potentially, like a macro higher low before continuing up, if we're going to see. hour 2-day, 3-day money flow. 3-day money flow is kind of iffy, to be honest. 8-hour money flow doesn't look as bad as everything else. So this is all over the place, to be quite honest. 4-hour money flow coming out. Yeah, so this is kind of hard to read, to be honest. But if you get the move down, 0.03815, key level of support. Lose that value area high. Come on down to the POC, 0.03050. Lose that POC. Look to come to the value area low. If you get the move up, simply put, break the high. It's almost the same situation as every other altcoin, where we have key resistance above, right? Value area low. Like this is basically POC value area low is going to be your key area of resistance. Flip this to support. Could see about almost 9 cents on Jasmy. So these are your key targets, right? Like key levels. Come to the downside. Look to get accepted back into this range. Get a move up. Look to get accepted into this range. You could screenshot these levels if you want to add them to your chart. Market Cypher B is a little bit more choppy on this one, to be quite honest. But yeah, I would look for that 1-hour money flow crossover with the 16-hour green dot. And if that daily green dot prints, I will say, VWAP doesn't look too healthy, right? I like to see rounded VWAPs like this. This one's kind of just like, Sometimes that means it's going to roll over. But if you can get that green dot here, looks like you could potentially get a daily bear div, which would call for a higher high on price into that 6.066 to 0.070 cent range right up here. So yeah, feel free to screenshot that. Copy the levels. Steal my work. Cheat, guys. Cheat on this test that they call the markets. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. I actually think, Terry says, shout out to Terry, said Frankie needs a schlong song. Maybe we should make a schlong song. Let's make somebody make a schlong song, dang it. Yeah, maybe that'd be hilarious. Probably wouldn't be able to play it on YouTube, though, if I had to be honest, if I had to guess. All right, let's see. Polkadot. Let's take a quick look at Polkadot. Oh God, you guys are wild. You guys are wild. All right, let's see. All right, let's continue on here. Let's take a look at Polkadot real quick. Let me actually take a look at Polkadot on this chart. This is the more sound chart. So we already got our 116% gain from the last altcoin market update that we did, where we were looking for the fill of this whole range, right? People might say, well, hey, Frankie, do you even find these moves before they happen? And the answer is absolutely. It's all recorded on YouTube. When you deviate below this volume profile, you're expecting price to eventually get back up here, flip this to support, go to the POC, go to the high. That's what we called for. That's what we got, right? And now we got the breakout, and we got a little cool off, which is nice, right? I was hoping for this on a lot of coins. Got the pullback. Where did we pull back into? Value area high with a nice anchored VWAP confluence here. So if we hold this, could be a nice bounce back to the upside to target our next doorway to higher prices at about 1443. And in my opinion, that's really the doorway to higher prices that could get pretty exciting pretty quickly, right? You fill that whole range up into the golden pocket 786. That's a pretty nice move into your golden pocket 786 retracement for a pretty hefty 362% gain, right? So if you again, you're kind of playing with key support here. Hopefully we can hold this, get the bigger move up. But if we lose it and get stuck under the value area high, I would be looking down towards that POC, which is going to be, just simply put, your next key level of support, right? And if we pull our fibs here, right, golden pocket is sitting on your POC, right? So if we're going to go for that kind of full golden pocket retracement, if we lose this high, could come down to the golden pocket, retest that POC like I said on, what was the first coin that we looked at? Turbo. Just like on Turbo, right? What do? We broke out, and then we came back into the range to retest that POC. Was this confluent with the golden pocket? We pulled from this wick. It was, right? So it came down, retested that POC golden pocket before breaking the high again, right? So we could potentially see something similar on Polkadot if you lose that value area high. Lose this, go down to test that POC golden pocket before breaking the high again. If we lose the golden pocket POC, simply look down towards the 786, value area low. Hopefully we don't have to do that. That would be pretty boring. It's like you finally think you're breaking out of the range. Yay. Nope. You have a long time of just wiggling back down to the low. Oh, my God. Polka dot dead. Polka dot's dead. Nope. Back into the range. Back to the high. Hopefully we don't get stuck back in here and have to go all the way back down to the low. That would be absolutely miserable. That would be miserably boring. So there you go. That's what we're looking at on Polkadot. 1446 is your next big door, but at higher prices. Golden Pocket POC is your next key level of support if you lose your value area low. So with all that being said, guys, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the show. Let's do a quick check-in on Bitcoin. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, we're still just kind of pulling back, kind of pumping back up. Kind of just sitting in that same type of area. I'll actually pull up the screen real quick just to go over this one last time, right? Just a last little check-in on Bitcoin. Come down to lower time frames. So, yeah, resistance until proven otherwise, guys. So we caught that nice little short up here. Coming down. Again, I will be locking profits on this pretty aggressively, or at least just, like, making sure that I get stopped out at break even. Not really willing to risk a ton on this because, you know, again, when Bitcoin likes to rear its bullhorns, sometimes she just goes, right? In which case, you're looking to flip, really, your point of control here at about $102,000 to support in order to call for some higher prices. 103,434 is the next level. Break out of there. All-time high at 104,645 is your key level of resistance to the upside. Break above that. Looking between about 105 and 107K for those next levels. I'm not going to pull them up just to save time, but I just want to do a quick little update before we hop off here. So with all that being said, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for smashing the like button. If you have not smashed the like button, smash it on your way out. 1,500, I don't know what we'll give away. We'll give away 5 Frankie Candles hats on top of the $100 in Solana. The extra $100 in Solana. So yeah, let's see. 100. Can we do 1,500? That might be a little lofty, but let's try it. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you, Crypto Toddy. Stick around for the Frankie Fake Out. We'll cover PNG. But yeah, with all that being said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love each and every single one of you guys. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, don't know what is in me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
All right. And one last honorable mention here, guys. PNG. Let's take a look here. We got a nice little volume profile here. Looking at the 4-hour time frame. You actually have, yeah, let's take a look at this, right? So your local volume profile is sitting right here between, I would say, 0.357. Value area low at 0.341, POC at 0.357, and value area high at 0.411. But more importantly, we have your larger volume profile, which I'm actually going to pull on a higher time frame. You have this nice little upper volume profile from 2024 highs sitting right here. Which is pretty confluent with that lower volume profile. However, this is, I'm actually gonna get rid of this local range just because these are so close. Boom, boom, right? There you go, right? Like, this is so clean, right? There's your lower accumulation range, right? Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. Breakout, you look to come to your value area low, flip it, POC, kind of bing, bonged around here a little bit. Pretty clear levels here, right? Value area low at 35 cents, give or take, some decimals there. 41 cent POC, and then your 54 cent value area high. If you hold above this level, that's the key level to hold. That'll call for the POC. Once you flip the POC, we can look for a push up to 55 cents at the value area high. Quick and dirty there. 3-day money flow. Looking to cross over into the green as well. So could you get turbulence? Potentially. But those are the levels I'd look at for the bigger move up. And that 3-day money flow crossover into the green may be a bigger long-term bullish signal to keep your eye on for PNG. Or I don't even know a lot about this project or how to say that word. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you all for being here, smashing the like button. I don't know, engaging, sharing it. I don't know what you guys are doing, but whatever got us to 70,000 subscribers, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you here tomorrow, same place, same time. Pray for Bitcoin. Hopefully we can just rip to the upside. If we dump, that short will be up big time. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. Thank you for 70K, guys. This is crazy. Hasta pasta. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up.